Welcome back to a snowy Johnny Bright Bowl. It's the 3A provincial final. The Holy Rosary Raiders once again taking on the Cardston Cougars. Welcome up to the announce booth here. Connor Toffin joined by Rob Frisky here on this IC Live Procast. For these two teams, Rob, it's not necessarily welcome to the Alberta Bowl. It's welcome back to such historic programs. This is the 12th straight time that the Holy Rosary Raiders have made it to this game, 13 times in 17 seasons. They've been the North champions for the past 12 in the old Tier 3 and 4 levels, now in 3A. Yeah, it's a record for the Holy Rosary Raiders, and it's a program that has, to just put it simply, it's caused a lot of issues for other programs that have played them.
This is a very proud program, a program that is amongst the best programs in the country for schools of their size. Nobody makes more use of what they have than the Holy Rosary Raiders. Every year they're in this position, and every year they're a team that needs to be dealt with, that could compete on a Tier 1 level with just about any program in the province. But what they have and what they do, they put out great football teams every year, and at the start of the year they expect to be in this game, and it's going to be great to watch them today.
Here's a look at how both of these teams got here. It was pretty much domination for Holy Rosary. Wins over Stettler, big win over St. Paul. And then Cardston on the other side had to work a little harder, but pretty
41-0 in the semi against
pretty much
Willow Creek.
Domination there as well. So they match up here in the 3A provincial final. Now, as you told me before the game, I agree with you. No one's feeling sorry for Cardston either.
No.
They started all the way back in 1970. They've got 7 provincial titles. They're a pretty historic program as well, but it's been a little bit. Their most recent was just in 2013. What can they do today to break the drought?
Well, this is a program that also they expected to be here today. This was their plan. They're a team that tries to compete on the provincial level every year, winning 7 times. This is a proud program. This is not an underdog. This is a team that made it, and they expect to be here every year. And this is going to be a good game. This is 2 top programs. Cardston's going to want, I think that Holy Rosary is going to be a little more of a physical team, trying to put their hand in the ground and knock back the Cardston Cougars. But the Cardston Cougars are going to be trying to use a little more misdirection, maybe put the ball in the air a little bit more. This is 2 very proud, 2 very good football teams that are looking to win a championship today. I wouldn't think there's so much of an underdog, as this is just 2 really good teams that expected to be here. And here we are, late November, and the snow is here, it's cold, and this is what they've been prepared for since this time last year.
We've seen 2 great games yesterday. Breton Cougars winning the 6-a-side Alberta Bowl over the Hannah Hawks, and then the Wainwright Commandos. If you didn't see it, go back and watch a last-second touchdown where it was, pretty much thrown into double coverage. Receiver comes down with the ball. They were down a field goal. They were well into field goal range. It was madness. We're hoping to see more of that today. The same before the game. If we could just get one more game like that 9-a-side provincial final, we'd be happy. The greedy part of me kind of wants 2 or 3, right?
Yes. Let's
but
go.
What else we seen yesterday was the conditions. In the 6-a-side game, there was a bit of footing issues.
Yep.
Teams had a bit of troubles cutting. A lot of the runs went right up the middle instead of outside where they had to curl around.
Yeah.
9-a-side, the footing looked a little bit better. Not sure if that was because the turf was maybe a little more worn in, or maybe just a little bit of bigger guys on either side, but it'll be interesting to say the least how it holds up today.
These fields are going to be in good shape. It's going to be cold. It's going to be frozen. It's going to be the same on both sidelines, which does help a lot. It's going to make for a good football game. The team that can adapt to the cold. Now, this is the first real bit of cold we've had in Alberta this season. They've all grown up here in Alberta, and they've been in cold, but that first cold game of the year, always, it's a little bit different. And the team that can adapt to that right out of the gate, the team that can start fast and not let the cold be part of wreck their game plan, that's going to be an advantage. Teams work out this. Even when it's not cold, you're out there in May when it's 30 degrees above zero, and you're running, and you're building that determination. You're building that, we're working for our team. We're going to put it on. That mental toughness is something you work on. And when it's cold now today, that's what you're going to rely on. It's all that work you've been doing, since the first day of camp when the coach told them to take off your pads and go stand, get your foot on the line. they're working for this. They're working for November 29th when it's minus 20 and we got to play for a provincial championship. Who wants to be here? And let's go.
I mean, it's not that Cardston would have never played in the cold, but on the other side, you also look at Holy Rosary last year. For as cold as it is today, they played in a game last year that was even colder. You take off about another 5-6 degrees up in the dry air in Grand Prairie, which can make it feel even worse. You know, your lips start my lips, I was inside, my lips chapped up as soon as I checked into the hotel on night one before the first game was even played. And is there any sort of advantage to Holy Rosary? I mean, they're playing deep into November every single season.
Yes. It would be an advantage. Just being in this game, there's a calmness that comes. Everyone, just about every player on this team has been in that game, have played in this game, have played in this kind of weather. That is an advantage, but it's not an insurmountable advantage. It's a little bit of more comfort maybe at the start of the game, but they're both going to get out there. Once you get that first hit, once you get that first time you get to run down on a special team and, you know, crack your shoulder pads on somebody else's, you're going to warm up. And you're going to realize that we're just here to play football today. And whoever can put the weather behind them the quickest, that's where Holy Rosary could have that advantage, that they understand that it's going to be all right. This Cardston team, they're going to be fine. They're going to kick butt. These guys all grew up in Alberta. It's windy down there.
Yeah.
They're going to be fine. This is going to be a game that's going to be won by who can knock back the other team and who can play that good November. Canadian football at the end of November. Somebody's going to have to play a physical brand of football to win a game today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
What would another provincial title mean for both of these programs?
It's the community. You know, like when you go to Cardston, their big brothers played on these same teams. And it's going to be part of, they want to take this back. It's a sense of pride that they built up in their community. It's a sense of pride that they'll be able to now carry in that community. That's it for all these kids. Provincial, they've been working on this, coaches, players, they've been working on this, you know, since your first day of grade 10. You're here now, and this is your chance too. The guys who won, if you won it in grade 11, and now you're a senior in grade 12, you don't want to be going the one who goes back to that community thing. Geez, we couldn't do it the way our grade 12s did before us. We want to lead our team. As seniors, we want to take this advantage. And this is a big day, and it's going to be a lot of fun for all these young gentlemen to get to play in a big game.
Well, you got to look at the Cardston Cougars. They are ready to go. We're going to throw it to our public address announcer. Cardston Cougars, Holy Rosary Raiders, we are ready to go in the 3A provincial final.
And now introducing the players from the Cardston Cougars. Number 1 is Hunter Shipley. Going up to Bronson Water. Number 5, Jimmy Manson. Number 8, Tristan Water. Number 9, Tristan Pisa. Number 10, Pierce Romero. Number 11, Todd Holland. Number 12, Santiago Delgado. Number 18, Brian Poirier. Number 19, Aiden Peaser. Number 20, Keenan Takahashi. Number 21, Emerson Harding. Number 22 is Nash Bolton. Number 23, Van Brennan. Number 27, Eli Walters. Number 29, Daniel Campbell. Number 30, Brady Holland. Number 33, Hunter Lacey. Going number 34, Mikey Styles Miller. Number 35, Jim Wilson. Number 36, Scotty Smith. Number 40, Nate Hardy. Number 42, Jake Mitch. Number 44, Steve Thompson. Number 50, Eric Fox. Number 54, Kyle Rich. Number 56, Dylan Coleman. Number 59, Tony Carnasso. Number 71, JP Samuel. Number 72, Colin Cook. Number 73, Andrew Bauman. And we're number 99, Jordan Singer. Jack Evans on the left to the Cardston Cougars staff. And now introducing the players to the home team, and we're going out here to champion Holy Rosary Raiders. Wearing number 1, Axel Landry. Number 2, Dan Weber. Number 3, Brady Falsfield. Number 4, Andrew Mazzocco. Number 5, Keegan Doyle. Number 6 is Oliver Commandon. Number 7, Sebastian McCarthy. Number 8, Brady Dahl. Going number 9, Catherine Papa. Number 10, Mario Akinole. Number 11, David Karofik. Number 12, Jordan McGinnis. Number 14, J.R. Howard. Number 15, Julian Bell. Number 16, Ben Graffa. Number 17, Tyler Siegel. Scoring number 18, Matthew Countley. Number 19 is Mason Enns. Number 20, Francis Aponte. Number 21, J.L. Seats. Number 22, Rex Smith. Scoring number 23, Caden Jameson. Number 24, Costas Marias. Number 25, Brady Mills. Number 27, Edward Longa. Number 28, Isaac Jersky. Number 30, Brock Brinson. Number 32, Ethan Clark. Number 33, Scott Lapansky. Number 34 is Jamie Cactus. Number 35 is Kyle Stark. Number 36, Levi McVeigh. Wearing number 42, Peter Livingston. Number 54, number 44, Harry Dana Reed. Number 45, Victor Pettit. Number 50 is Brayden Saracen. Number 52, Kieran Worth. Number 53, A.J. Tibble. Number 54, Rylan Iverson. Number 55, Cole Carr. Number 56, Landon Loren. Number 57, James Bishop. Number 58, Ezekiel Rinaldo. Number 59, Kristen Yang. And number 59, Lucas Sinclair. Number 60, Keaton Hopko. Number 62, Joel Nichols. Number 63, Howard McLean. Number 64, Denver Pitt. Number 65, Darren Clay. Number 66, Kate Licker. Number 67, Steiner Hullabee. Number 68, Austin Booth. Number 68, Austin Zaninich. Number 70, Jaden Stark. Number 80 is Landon Smith. Number 82, Levi Blaze. Number 84, Cruz McCutcheon. Number 85, Oliver Jones. And wearing number 88, Nathan Poppy. And into the bottom number, Jamie McBurry. Head coach Vince Ororo on the left of the Holy Rosary Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're asking to please rise and remove your hats and helmets for the reading of our TV acknowledgement. And national anthem. At this time, we respectfully acknowledge the Beaver, Cree, Gray, and Métis people as the original caretakers of these lands and surrounding areas. We are grateful to live, learn, work, and play on First Nations treaty land within Turtle Island and acknowledge these lands have been home to diverse and sovereign First Nations and Inuit nations since time immemorial. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
It's a bit of a drive for everybody that came in today, but a good showing nonetheless. And we know in these provincial finals, sometimes it doesn't matter how many people are here. It could be two, and they're still going to be loud.
A championship is a championship to those who are playing in it, no question.
It is always such a good showing, and, always want to give credit to the parents who have been, driving their kids to practice and back home all year long. Some carpool, some go quite a ways as well, especially in the more rural communities, and there to support their kids. I was
As a parent, I see maybe that graduating grade 12 and they're moving on from their football career is heartbreaking, but maybe there's less time spent in the car. I never looked at it as a positive before. Yeah, maybe.
I was thinking about it last night because, some of the guys playing their last games in grade 12. When I played my last game in grade 12, my dad was almost in tears, I think, but my mom, she was like, it's over. And then she realized I have a younger brother. She's like, it's not over at all. She might have been a little more relieved. But, it's for the grade 12s coming into the game today. And some of them will go on to play football at a higher level and an older level. But for others, this is their last game. And
very few end up playing after high school. It's a fraction. This is a championship game. This is for a lot of these young men. This is the last time they'll ever get to play football, and for the entire team, this is the last time that they'll ever be together as a group. They'll never be together as a collection of individuals, just like they are today. This is it, and next year's team will be different. And last year's team was different, and these grade 12s, that's why they want to send off their team with a championship, their program.
Means everything to these guys. You look at the Holy Rosary side, and they've been here 12 straight years. Well, 12 years ago, these guys weren't in the game, and every team takes on its own special identity, even though it's been Vince Oreo the whole time. And it's always special to make it no matter what, even if you have been on the team and you have been in this final before, grade 10, grade 11, maybe you're not playing in the game and now you're a starter playing every snap. You have that chance to make the special play. We seen one last night with just seconds left in the game. It's a big difference. Now there's some pressure in this game as well, and we've seen some nervous starts through the Alberta Bowl in a few years. How can both teams overcome those nerves today?
Do what you do. Control what you can control. Go out there. Understand it's just a football game. It's not too big for you. You got to this stage. Like, the players are here, have earned the right to be here. The game is not too big for them. It's just a chance to go out there and play football like they've done since they were, since they're, 6 years old, playing in the backyard with probably some of these same friends. And football's a fun game, and try not to make it too stressful. Go out there and do what you do, enjoy it, have fun, and the sun is shining. It's going to be a great day to play football.
Now, it bears mentioning, you can see on the screen here, got a team wearing black and white and a team wearing gray, kind of that maroon that the Raiders sport. Now, there's a bit of a difference in jersey color. I'll tell you, I've commentated games where the jersey matchup has been almost identical and it makes it impossible. The good news is the helmets are different. Cardston with the black helmets, Holy Rosary with the really sharp silver helmets. But like I said, I think it bears mentioning the jersey colors today are fairly similar.
Yes, and as a coach, I don't know. It seems that both teams are wearing their home jersey, which is their dark jersey. I'm not sure how that worked out. I know I wouldn't love it if I was coaching on the sideline. I would be hoping to get the other team to change because it's a pain in the butt to change those jerseys. It may or may not affect the game. It's one of those things that if, with these games, they come down to a 1 or 2 plays, and if there's a time where a running back maybe doesn't recognize that somebody's coming to tackle him, has the wrong color jersey on, one mistake can be so crucial in a big game like this, and it's not at all inconceivable to think that having 2 very similar jerseys could force a mistake or somewhere throughout the course of action.
I think of the quarterbacks with the jerseys like this. You look at Cash Holland on the side of Cardston, a grade 12 quarterback, extremely versatile quarterback. Not the biggest guy. And sometimes if you're a smaller quarterback, you already have a bit of trouble seeing through or over your line. And then on the other side, you got a grade 10 quarterback in Brady Falshear. So I think of the free safety over the top. You scan the field, you quickly see the dark jersey, and sometimes as a quarterback you don't want any doubt, you just want to pull that trigger. And now you see, you think it's a black jersey, it's actually a gray. The shadows will play into things today as well. The sun is still low. You can see them streaking across the field. The sun coming up, or at the time of the year where it's kind of hard to tell if it's coming up or setting.
This is high noon.
Yeah, but though it's coming in from the south. Could be interesting to see receivers looking back into the sun as well. Could cause some issues, and Holy Rosary will take the kickoff. They'll be looking into the sun right away. So a few little storylines, but it's a provincial final, so why not make it a little weird sometimes, right?
With the jerseys, I think when things get off script is when you're going to see, there's somebody else, and that actually person is wearing the wrong jersey. it could definitely force a mistake throughout the game.
Cardston Cougars, Holy Rosary Raiders. Two teams that are used to being here. One's been here now 12 times straight in Holy Rosary. Cardston back for the first time since 2013, looking right into the sun. It's taken by the Raiders across the 30 and driven out of bounds. That's Denham Weber, the receiver, who we should see scattered throughout today's game with the first touch. Good, well covered by Cardston.
Yeah, good quick. Good return. They got good field position and we're out the gate.
Grade 10 quarterback for the Holy Rosary Raiders, as we mentioned, Brady Falshear. Their grade 12 quarterback, their starter, suffered an injury early on in the year, and a big hit right out of the gates. Looked like Joby Singer got in there quickly, a gain of 3, but that one was felt by the Raiders.
This is a very telling thing on what we're going to see today. Darcy Oganowski, the offensive coordinator for Holy Rosary, is going to want to run power. First play of the game, he runs power, and Cardston was very much up to the task.
Second and about 7. Falshear is going to hand it off. Quick move to the outside. This is Mavridis driven out at the 50. Big pickup on 2nd and 7. They stuck on the ground, maybe caught the defense off guard.
Okay. We spoke earlier the first play about the Raiders are going to run power. They're also going to run counter. They're going to run power counter and a play action off of that. That was their counter, and that worked. That was a lot more successful. Looks like they got off the ball a little better. This game's going to be interesting.
Falshear, quick screen pass out to the right, a little high. Weber hit hard as well. The Cougars defense comes out of the gates. Travis Smith
Here we
laid
go.
into him.
Boy, we're starting out with a physical football game. Two teams getting off the ball. Jeez, that's a great hit.
Right to the midsection as well, clean.
Mikey Stiles Miller. That was a great play. Playing that weak side defensive halfback. Or 36 that was. Travis Smith.
So that'll leave it a 2nd and 11. Went down as a loss of 1. They'll have to go to the air again. Falshear pressured immediately. It's because they're setting up a screen to Mavridis, and it was out of his reach. It's a stop early for the Cardston Cougars defense.
Really good.
But we do have a flag. Sorry, Rob.
Oh,
a flag
roughing.
in the backfield. Was there a late hit on the quarterback?
Yeah, that's what they're gonna call. They caught the blitz. They called the blitz. They had the perfect offensive play call for it. Yeah, rough play. They had a perfect offensive play call for it. Couldn't execute, but first down anyway. That's unfortunate.
Get the call.
Number 10 for the defense. That would be a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
So a mistake by the Cardston Cougars early. They were setting that physical tone, maybe taking it a bit too far there on that 2nd and long.
Yeah, it looks like they just about had him off the field.
So now the Raiders into Cardston territory out of the 47. Another handoff. Mavridis out to the 45. Somehow gets out of the pile and picks up 9.
There's that. They ran that power again, and I was just about to say it didn't look like he was exploding through that hole, and he took off. So I'm glad I didn't say that because I would have been corrected. Looks like a little hesitation, then he just skipped right through.
Even on the replay, not sure how he gets through.
We'll have to get another replay. Yeah.
So it'll be a 2nd and short. Not sure if this is even a full yard. They might be able to sneak it, but they have 2 downs.
This is a good chance to take a shot.
Yeah.
This is a real good chance to take a shot.
See if they go to the air. Falshear whistles, though, on the snap. Looked like they were going to take a snap, or take a shot, rather.
Timeout.
And then Holy Rosary took a timeout. Obviously saw the defense, didn't like the play call.
I think the quarterback liked it. He looks like he was excited to throw that football down the field. Yeah, 2nd and real short right there. That's a good chance to take a shot in the end zone here, especially trying to make a big play. Come back if you need to on 3rd down, run that quarterback sneak we're talking about.
So the other thing with the cold weather, Cardston Cougars come out hitting hard. You take a 15-yard penalty, but those shots, man, they can pile up throughout the game. I mean, it's cold enough that when I was all dressed up coming into here, I looked like Maggie Simpson. Like, I couldn't move my arms. They were stuck straight out. If you would have given me a pacifier and an orange jacket, you wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. My head's shaped a little differently.
Minor.
But those shots today are going to pile up, so we'll see.
Absolutely. They're going to pile up for both teams, and they're going to try to play that kind of football, that physical brand in November Canadian football.
So it's about a half a yard here on second down. They will now just go to the run. Mavridis has the first down, and about 7 more as he falls forward.
Now the Cougars there did send a run blitz. They did try to run that blitz right out where they figured the ball was going, and it was well blocked. It was picked up quite well by the Raiders, and a couple missed tackles in the hole gave a couple extra yards, but still good football. Good. You can see the Raiders, they are committed to that run, and they're going to run that power, and they're going to run the counter off of it, and we will see some screens and some play action pass.
From the 28-yard line. Sun in the quarterback's eyes. Good news is for him, we don't have any wind today. Not too much to deal there.
There's the counter.
Another handoff across the 25. Makes a man miss. Mavridis gets a stiff arm and down just short of the 20. Another good pickup on first down. Give him 8.
I think we got to mention Mavridis here with the no sleeves. That's a bold move.
Bold play.
That's a bold strategy, God. Yeah, good for him.
If he keeps running the football like this, their whole team might come out of the locker room with no sleeves.
Not
the
bad
second
idea.
half.
To rip them off coaches. One of the coaches for sure should.
So they actually just gave him 7, spotted at the 21. Mavridis still in the backfield. Falshear commanding this offense well so far. Weber in motion. He'll be a blocker for Mavridis. Contacted in the backfield, able to get around and falls forward. Looks like into first down territory. It'll be close. It is.
Now, watch on this Holy Rosary. They're double teaming at the point of attack. They got 73 on. You see that double team, and they're pushing that defensive lineman back 6, 7, 8 yards downfield, right onto his back. That's what Holy Rosary wants to do. That's the kind of football. That's the kind of brand of football that they're hoping to play today. They can take those big men and just drive them out of there.
Inside the 20. First trip to the red zone today for the Holy Rosary Raiders. Another handoff. Why not? Mavridis this time contacted at the line of scrimmage. And he's still fighting forward. Hasn't gone down. Now forward progress finally ruled down. My goodness, it took a whole unit there. Townsend was in there. Romero was in there for the Cougars, and a few others joined as well.
Look a little bit like people grabbing rather than putting their shoulder pads on him. He's a good back. You see how he goes into contact and kind of leans away from contact. Seems like they can't get a good shot on him.
Boy, it looked like a gain of 1. But after all that fight,
yeah, 4 yards, 5 yards.
Decent first down production again. Another handoff. Mavridis on second down. Wonder if it's 3 down territory if they can't get it. Yeah. Looks like they're just short, but yeah, that play call may be indicative of what they're doing here on third.
They're going to go. Or I could be, no, this might be their big team, or I don't see anybody bringing a T in.
Looks like they're going. Falshear still in the game unless he's the holder. Looks like the Raiders are going to go, so a bit of an opportunity here for Cardston to keep the 0 up. They need a full yard here. Heavy formation.
And run this knee.
Falshear out to the left. Boy, he didn't have a lot there. He needed the 7, now getting driven back, but does forward progress take him far enough? I think it will. He's got it by a whole yard. First and goal. Good effort by Cardston. Not quite enough. Think back to that roughing the passer penalty early on in this drive. They had the stop. Punt team was coming out on 3rd and 11 in Holy Rosary territory. Instead, it's first and goal from the 6. The Raiders looking to open up the scoring. Falshear, the quarterback. Of course, Mavridis still in the backfield. A handoff, has some room up the middle. He's at the goal line. Is he in? No signal yet.
He's in. Touchdown,
Raiders!
Yeah, we go back to that roughing the passer call where you extend a drive. You have a team in 3rd and long, they're going to punt, and you can extend a drive, give them that second chance, and they I don't know what the stats are on that, but it seems like every time that happens, teams end up scoring touchdowns when you extend their drive for them.
And we'll see where it takes us after the extra point here, but I got a point to make, Rob. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So here's another point added on for the Raiders. Look at the clock. 5:04 left in the first quarter. We'll get another look at the touchdown, and then we'll talk about some of the issues that the clock can create right now. As Mavridis, not a lot of room there, but just enough. Doesn't need a big hole.
I'm really impressed with the offensive line for the Holy Rosary Raiders. They're just road grading out there. They're just knocking guys back, and that is very much what Holy Rosary wants to do. And on that first drive, they set the tone that they're going to be double teaming those. We call it a duo, where they double team both the inside defensive linemen, and they just knock them back, and they stay behind that, and that's good football. That's November football right there, championship football.
Raiders will kick it away from their own 45. Kick is up, and it'll be taken by one of the Upmen just outside the 30. See if the Cougars can spring something
down
on the return. Ball's out, but it goes out of bounds. Ooh. So this game started just after 11 o'clock, about 11:03, 11:04. It is now 11:24. This Cougars offense has been stuck in the cold on the bench for 7 minutes of game time and about 20 minutes of real life time. Rob, this first drive is not going to be an easy one.
Nope, and it's an important one. It's you got to come back. You got to answer. You don't want to just be punting the ball and 2 plays back to Holy Rosary, who's going to try to run that same recipe, and they're going to try and knock you back again. You got to stand up for yourself, throw some punches back.
Feels like a big early drive here. Defense was just on the field, as you mentioned, for 7 minutes. Holland, the quarterback, in motion is Lacey, the running back. They'll go to the right side instead. It's caught. There's some room down the right side. Oh, my goodness. Well, Benson Bomer, who wasn't even on the roster, and then I seen him on the info sheet, said he was one of the most electrifying players in the league. That is a physical play for the small back. My goodness. Look at the shoulder pads.
Well, Holy Rosary really packed up. You can see their defense. They've got 8 men in the box. They're really trying to stop the run. Cardston Cougars just trying to get something swing, just to get on the edge of that defense.
2nd and 2. Big down here for the Cardston Cougars.
Now they're running a spread set, but the defense is still keeping everyone in the box.
Quick flip to Bomer. He's going the wrong way right now. Met in the backfield. Ball's out as well. And the Raiders have recovered.
That's pivotal. That's a huge turnover. In a big game like this, we talked about it earlier where the cold, you don't want to let that be a factor. We talked about that offense sitting on the sideline for the last 25 minutes. Benson Bomer's been standing on that sideline for the last 25 minutes. It wasn't a real big hit that knocked it out. Maybe something that, the weather could affect things like that.
So now Holy Rosary from the 43. Defense right back on the field just a few plays later for Cardston. Another run for Mavridis across the 40, pushing the pile forward. I don't think he's down yet. Jeez Louise. Out to the 39. He just won't go down.
That was a little better, though, by the Cardston defense. They didn't get pushed back quite the same way there. You look in there with Xander Badman and Joby Singer. Though it's going to be those two, the way they play is going to be crucial for the Cougars today, because they're going to be getting double teamed, they're going to be getting knocked back, and that's going to be the game plan for the Raiders.
8 in the box for Cardston, doing everything they can to stop that run. Just 4 defensive backs. This one is up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Tristan Pinchak. Oh no, it does hit the ground. They call it incomplete. Boy, they were close. A stop on 2nd down regardless, and it looks like Holy Rosary going to go forward on 3rd. Let's get a look at the replay.
They're kicking.
Had it down 2 feet.
Good defense.
Never had clean possession.
Player. Yeah, good defense by the offensive player. That's what Holy Rosary is trying to set up. They've been pounding the ball. They pound the ball. You mentioned before that play that the Cougars walked 8 up into the box. That's a great time to get that quick pass out there.
So they do bring out the punt team. Rouge is in play. See if they can angle it out of bounds. Short kick just past the sticks, out just inside the 30. It'll be a difference of about 10 or 11 yards here.
Yeah, Duan Stell there, the punter for the Raiders. I'm sure that ball is frozen right now.
Yeah.
Kicking a frozen ball is not a lot of fun. It even was a bit surprising to me that they would try to punt there. You got good field position, and the way you've been running the ball, it's only 4 yards. We'll see how it goes. That ball's hard to kick, and we just...
Have you ever kicked a rock? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and it hurts, and it doesn't fly anywhere.
We saw some good punts in the 9-a-side game from Wainwright yesterday, but other than that, all the punts have kind of looked pretty similar. Wonder if that'll impact the decision-making for the coaches later on in this game. Bit of movement there early, no whistle. Pressure on the quarterback, thrown downfield, and falls in between everybody.
They did call the offside on the defense here.
Flag is down. Near official just kind of dropped it there.
He was grabbing at it, thinking about it, and he pulled it.
There's a player down here for Holy Rosary as well. That's Cal Speece, a linebacker. Now, to your eyes, early return in this game, we've had some troubles actually with the jerseys so far. And especially as that sun stays low, when the players get bunched up together, that gray that Holy Rosary is wearing kind of becomes more of a black when they're in the shadows.
It sure does. We were talking about the quarterbacks looking at, for me,
That'll be a 5-yard penalty and still first down.
Kyle Speece got the penalty and helped off. Yeah, those jerseys, I think for the running backs, when you're running through and you're seeing hands and you're seeing jerseys flash and you're not going to be able to pick out which ones are necessarily the other team as quickly, that's where I see it really making a difference. Or as a quarterback, when the play breaks down and you're out of the pocket and you see somebody flash across.
Rolling out to the right, they have a man open and it's out of the hands. Frustration there for Hunter Lacey. They might have had a big one. Might have been 20, 25 yards. Instead, it'll be an incompletion.
He was running. If he catches that thing, he's flying. He might just be finishing right now. Yeah, he was
one to beat.
They set that up. You can see this Cardston offense, though, has that big playability. He catches this, and it's a track meet. Even if they do catch him, it's a well down the sideline.
There's a blocker there, actually, too.
Yeah. Defense, we never win a track meet. Even if you catch him, it wasn't great.
Remember, though, it was 1st and 5 after the offside penalty, so still a 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
You can see, though, that
Holy Rosary got there quickly. Instead, Holland's going to take it and run across midfield. We got a penalty likely on one of the blocks, and this one after 1st down yardage, but it might be coming back a little bit.
Yeah, I think they got a hold on the receiver down the field. But this Cardston offense is explosive. It seems like with the Raiders are trying to play more of a grind it out, where these Cardston Cougars it's a big play potential on almost every play, it seems. They're going to call 20 there with the hold. I don't know if that's a great call, but I think they should have called the hit out of the bounds was worse than the hold. Now, I also don't want to make a disclaimer that the referee had a better look at it than I did.
So once again, after 1st down yardage, so the penalty will get brought back, but it will be a 1st and 10 just back to the 50, so they lose over 20 yards on that. I think the Cardston offense, though...
Number 20 of the offense, after yards gained, result of play 1st down.
I think the early returns, though, for the Cardston offense, although they have been stopped on that one play, they've been pretty good. They've been able to create some plays.
They seem
gotten close.
They seem explosive, just looking to break one. They've run 4 plays, and 3 of them have been explosive.
Explosive, or at least near explosive.
Yeah, you can see where it catches your breath a little bit, where it's like, who knows what's going to happen. And here's another one.
Super tight formation, but they get to the outside. Bronson Levitt is gone. Touchdown, Cougars.
That's explosive, right on cue. I think we're in for a real good football game. Two very contradictory styles here. We got a team that's going to try and knock you back, and they're going to try and push you and grind you at 6 yards of play, doing 7-minute drives. And these Cardston Cougars seems like they're able to score in one play from anywhere.
60 yards to the house for Bronson Levitt.
Wow. That same misdirection, they showed the lead, brought the misdirection, and that was, he turned it into a track meet real quick.
Snaps a bit wide. Good job by the holder, though, to get it down. The kick is good. That was Hunter Lacey holding.
A really good hold. We talk about the cold hands, the weather changing, all this kind of stuff. It's good football. Well, I'm excited for this game. I think we got two teams that are going to be going after each other here today. Into this first quarter, we've seen what both teams do best, and this will be interesting to see which style will prevail.
Give credit to the Cougars defense as well. They were out there for 7 minutes, let up the touchdown. Offense turns it over on play number 2, right back onto the field, but they get a quick stop. Offense back on the field. Right now, the way the momentum was going, this could easily be 14-0 Holy Rosary Raiders. They're kicking back to Cardston right now, and they're way behind. But instead, Cardston has tied it up here late in the first quarter. Holy Rosary got the ball first as well in this game, so we're kind of all evened up.
Well, after that first turnover, and if Holy Rosary would have knocked them back and pushed this in, I would be thinking that we'd be out of here quick today. I think we're in for a football game.
So 60 yards for Levitt into the end zone. High kickoff here is going to bounce. Got to be careful here. It'll take a bounce right to the receiver. They're setting up a reverse. Makes one miss. And a little bit of open field here for a Kinloy, driven out just across the 35 and flags. That was Benson Bomer, I believe, on the hit.
Yeah, and that was well out of bounds. That was, can't do that kind of stuff.
I believe it was.
That was 4.
Bomer. Take a look here.
But if you'll see it on this here. Context me, but he's out of bounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps out of bounds. He throws him to the ground. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So ball would have been at the 39, and instead it's the Holy Rosary 54 approaching midfield.
That's 2 bad penalties that they've taken, 2 unnecessary roughnesses and a hold that we're going to want to be more disciplined in a championship game.
Falshear going to go to the air, looking left. He is almost picked off the second time this game. Pinchak has got his hands on the ball. Now that one was a lot tougher. I think he had eyes for the end zone, but that one was a tall task just to pick it off as well.
There's a lot of confidence for that young man, though. That's a hard thing to do for a defensive back, to make that break on the ball. You can tell he's made that play before, and he thinks he can make it. I'd be weary about throwing back at him that same pattern.
There he is, number 9, right at the bottom. See if they throw his way. Mavridis running just across the line of scrimmage. Oh, he got through across midfield. Now across the 50 from a pickup of 1. And it would have been punt to nearly a first down. They're going to be just under a yard short.
There's a little John going down here. These boys are getting excited about this football game. What I think is happening is sometimes there's a difference between hitting somebody and tackling somebody. And we're seeing people trying to hit each other, which is great, but we got to make tackles. You got to run your feet. You got to wrap up. Make sure you got your team with you. But there's a lot of emotion going on right now.
They need the 46, about a half a yard. Heavy formation. We got movement on one of the sides.
That was offense.
Cardston celebrating, and we'll see if the officials agree. Let's get the call.
Yeah. Procedure on the right tackle. Now they're going to punt. That's a, big play
good call.
for Cougs.
We got procedure, number 54 of the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Tell you what, the Cardston fan base is well educated. Every single person's seen it.
Yeah. Their entire bench erupted as well. You can see that, though. That means everybody on that bench is paying attention. Everybody on that bench is watching to see what's happening. Everybody knows the situation. You know, this is a big-time game. This is championship football. Interesting set. Yeah, they got an overload on the line.
A bit of a run punt here. We do have a flag on the snap. Goes straight out of bounds. So you wonder.
No end.
Look out for that later on in the game. It looked like Grassel.
Is there a flag down?
Yeah, there is. Far side of the field at about the 51. It looked like he might have been able to tuck it and run there, or had the option to, as he angled it to the sideline.
I still don't know.
Don't know if he would.
The coaches know their punter. They know what to expect, but we've seen 2 punts now, and they're averaging about 10 yards on a punt.
Let's get the call here.
Yeah.
It will be on the kicking team.
Yeah. Illegal formation.
We'll see if they make them repunt.
I would think you can decline that and take the ball.
You've got illegal substitution on the offense. That would be a 10-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Okay, with the 10-yard penalty is why they're accepting it. Even then, they might be.
Bring up 3rd and.
Personally, I always want to take the ball. If it's not that big of a difference, I would take the ball. We still have good field position. You know, you're a defensive hold here away from them having a 1st down. You know? But that's why these guys are coaching in the Alberta Bowl. I'm talking to you.
We're happy to have you here. Bit of a juggle on the snap.
And a much better
boot. Taken just inside the 35 by Hunter Shipley. Trying to bring it out wide. And in the end, they'll go back about 10 yards. Good punt there for Stale.
I feel that the Cougars they want to get they like the punt return because they like their punt returners. They want to get the ball into their playmakers' hands, and if they have a chance at a punt returns another play. So they are explosive.
So apologies, it's Stale punting, so you got to watch out. He's listed as a running back on my roster. Saw maybe a look at the run punt on the first one, and then that time he just got it away. Good punt.
Yeah.
And Cardston on the last play of the first will take it to the 35. Quick flip. Boy, there's some room over the middle across the 45. It'll be a 1st down for the Cougars.
This is crisscross. Crisscross is the name of this play. A few teams running. This is a handoff, a flip to the guy coming across, and then he flips it back. The crisscross action. That's a double wing play that a lot of teams have run over the past. You can see that these Cardston Cougars, they've got a big playbook.
Gotta love it. Tie game, Alberta Bowl, Cardston Cougars, Holy Rosary Raiders, all knotted up at 7 after 1.
That's a great quarter. That was an exciting football.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
Welcome back to the Johnny Bright Bowl. Get a good look at just the type of weather we're playing in today. You know, the Grey Cup was played 2 weeks ago. Vanier Cup a weekend ago. Well, high school with football goes later than everybody, which does that mean they're the toughest?
Yes, that's exactly what it means.
It is cold here. It's a bit better than yesterday. These guys lucky to be playing in the first game of the day because the sun's still up. When that sun starts to go down later, it is going to freeze for the 4A and 5A.
I will be sitting with my feet up and a nice warm hot chocolate, thinking about you watching these games, watching the broadcast.
I got heated socks on. That's my adjustment for today. I should be okay, but I also brought an ice cap.
That's all you need.
Which the whole crew was questioning me walking in with that frozen drink before.
Why would they question you on that?
Turns out it stays frozen and even gets even more frozen on a day like today. So really good first quarter. Looked like Holy Rosary had control early on, but Cardston a big stop and some big penalties as well, but they've been able to persevere through the last couple at least, and Cardston's offenses looked explosive. They've got the football here on their own 47.
Looking very explosive. I was really impressed with the way Xander Badman and Joby Singer in the last part of the quarter, how they stepped up on that defensive line, because the Raiders were coming and they were putting a lot of pressure on those two gentlemen on the inside of the defensive line. And the stops they're getting now is because those two have been fighting back. Xander Badman playing now on the offensive line. He's playing their left tackle. We'll see how that works. If he's playing both ways in that fourth quarter, if they're still leaning on him.
It's big number 73.
Big number 73 there. We'll see how he's feeling in the fourth quarter if they're still running double teams and then he's on offense. He's not going to get many breaks out there.
If Xander ever goes pro, he'll have one of the best-selling jerseys you could ever imagine. Number 73, Badman.
Xander Badman.
It's a football name, especially when you're a left tackle and defensive lineman. 5 receivers out to the right here for Cardston. They'll go to the air. Holland flushed out. He throws it over Badman. Was he eligible?
He's out of the pocket. He has to throw it across the line of scrimmage. They're gonna discuss.
We'll take a look here. Line of scrimmage was at the 47.
So he's out of the. They're gonna say he's out of the pocket.
Down at the 44, and it looks like there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, they threw it. So they're going to call him for intentional grounding.
Got intentional grounding on the offense. Still, first down.
That formation. Connor. Varsity Blues, that's the oop-de-oop, the 5. Look at all them receivers. There's a lot of, you don't see that often.
So they said it stayed first down. I believe it should be a second, though.
Intentional ground, it is. They got it marked as a second down on the stick.
And
it should be a loss of down.
Yeah.
It is a loss of down.
I think just a mistake on the ref. But got the call right, so that's what we care about here.
They're back to the oop-de-oop.
5 out to the right, not a formation you see too often. There's only one at the bottom of the screen. They're setting up a screen, and that one was sniffed out immediately.
That's tough. You can see that the Raiders, as soon as they saw that formation, that's probably something they've seen on film, and they were attacking that. They were coming right after it. They had players who were, as soon as that ball was snapped, they were trying to get to that screen. I'm sure there will be some variations and some other plays off that, but the Raiders look to be quite well prepared for that formation.
It was Isaac Jerk who read it immediately, made it tough on the receiver. When you hear those footsteps coming, it's a lot harder to catch a football.
And the play before that, then the first play they ran it, they got that really quick pressure. That I think they've seen that they're prepared.
So it'll bring up third and really long here. 24.
This is a really tight punt formation. Returns can get around the outside on this one.
Really high punt. Will bounce to the 50, and it goes off of a Cougar. And now the flag comes out.
No yards.
Be another 5 yards tacked on to the end of that play. Best starting field position of the game coming up for Holy Rosary.
We're going to see now, it looks like they've done some subbing on the defensive line for the Cougars.
We've got no yards. Number 10 of the kicking team. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. First down.
So they've subbed out on that defensive line, so you know that the Raiders are going to be trying to now pound on that second line of defensive line, that second defensive line.
On the 46-yard line, Holy Rosary starting in opponent territory. A quick flip to Weber, who we've seen on the kick return. Plays on both sides of the ball, all three sides with special teams as well. Good pickup on first down.
And now we are right between those two tackles. You can see that's where they're running, and they go right between those two tackles. The Raiders are going to be trying to run in between those tackles. We'll be trying to knock back that defensive line.
Weber, a golf medal winning Team Alberta UA team player, multi-sport athlete. Football and golf, not the most common combo. Raiders pick up a first down here.
Football and golf. Yeah, that's a... And he's good at both. I played both.
Yeah. Apparently we have two really good golfers in the booth.
That's right.
Definitely didn't shoot 110 my last round.
My golf pencil has an eraser on it.
My golf pencil just cheats all the time. It's not me, it's the pencil. There's a run for Holy Rosary. Mavridis again met right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe fell forward for a short gain of a yard.
Very nice play by the Cougars, but still very physically blocked by the Raiders. They did get some penetration, but you see guys getting driven back. You see guys with hands on there, driving them back. Second and long, this will be curious here to see if they run the ball, trying to set up that third down in medium.
2nd and 9, Mavridis in the backfield. Another handoff here, another counter. Mavridis across the 20. And it looks like he's got enough for a first down again. He seems to have a nose for the yardsticks. He's consistently getting just past.
Yeah, and they're subbing Joby Singer back in there, getting the first team D-line back in there. With those substitutions, the Raiders haven't left. Every play this drive has been in between the tackles. So bring out Joby Singer. He's a big man. Get him back in there.
They're just inside the red zone. That tip of the football just inside the 20. Hand off to Mavridis. Look at the room down the left side. Might have another first down.
He does.
He's right at the sticks again. We'll see where they spot it here. It's going to be close.
Yeah, power and counter. We're going to see a bootleg come out of here pretty soon, but that power and counter, if that's going to work, they're going to keep running it. We're going to see a whole bunch of that. Now Xander Batman is also now subbed back into the game, so they're back to their first team on the defensive line.
2nd and an inch.
Look for
Talked earlier about maybe taking a shot for the end zone, but you're so close already. Running the football well. Looks like we got a timeout on the field.
We've got timeout, Cardston.
Now, I would say that this is a chance for them to catch their breath, but running all the way 60 yards to go talk to your coach isn't necessarily the best way to catch your breath.
Interesting note in our game notes for the Holy Rosary Raiders. The reduced number of games this year due to the teacher strike here in Alberta. They said it felt like it was going to take some time for the seniors. It's been backups for the previous 2 seasons, and this is a large roster as well, Rob, so there's not a ton of young players that necessarily get into every game for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Said it was going to take some time for those guys to get acclimated and get comfortable in their roles. Said the time off didn't help, but that when they got back to playing, it seemed like the team came together quickly and made good things happen. Of course, there is another side of the coin there too, because the defenses didn't spend as much time together either, but really good perseverance by everybody here so far this season. So it's a 2nd and inches.
I think that's a testament to good coaching. They have good techniques, and they're going to keep working the same things that they were working even the last few years.
Heavy formation. They'll kick out Weber to the left. Boy, quarterback sneak. They
Looks
picked
like
up about 2 inches, but they only needed 1, so it's a first down.
First and goal. This drive has been exactly what Holy Rosary was hoping for. Able to just knock them back, run between the tackles, power right, power left, counter right, counter left.
Under 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Cardston Cougars backs on the goal line looking for a stop. Maverick is still in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. He's played every snap at running back, falling forward just outside the 5-yard line. Good stop here for the Cougars defense.
Yeah, that was good.
All over it. Bronson Levitt right in the middle.
Yeah, stout at the point of attack. They're trying to run that off tackle, and a real good job by their defensive end. But didn't make the tackle, but did force the play back into his help and to his teammates, and we're second and goal from the 7 now. That's good defense. They did have 8 in the box. They started the same here. They got everybody right at the line of scrimmage, almost daring the Raiders to pass.
They'll keep it on the ground this time. It's Fallshear towards the goal line. He's close. Is he in? Holy Rosary thinks so. It's a good gain on 2nd and goal regardless. No signs still. It looks like they're going to mark him
just short,
which means it comes out to the 1.
Well, I'll state the obvious. This is a big play. I thought he was going to score there. When he first took that ball under his thing, he had a real good line.
This will be our best look at it. And he might have been down there just before he started falling forward. So big play. They'll go to the sneak. There's a flag on the play, and it is a touchdown as it stands. The flag down early. This is going to be an important call. Usually this is the defender getting a little excited, but we haven't had any indication yet.
We had offside on the defensive line. That penalty's declined. Touchdown.
Touchdown is good for the Raiders. They take the lead back with 6 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter.
That first and goal from the 1, the ball being at the 1 is very tough for that defensive line because the refs have a real good indication your hand has to be on the line. Anybody goes across that goal line, they can see that right away. Makes it tough for the D-line. Anywhere else on the field, you kind of get a little bit of leeway.
Kick is a little bit wide, just never got off the foot right, so just 6 points there for the Raiders. We know with how tight these games are, this can
that's a big point.
Be important. Here's a look at that. Maybe option play, maybe just a straight quarterback run that got out to the 1.
When you watch that, it looks like he was in, but refs must have had a better look than we did. From this angle, it looks like he was in.
Really tough to tell where those knees are.
Yeah.
But down at the 1 regardless. And then they made it look easy on the conversion.
Yeah.
You know, usually it's the cameras that have the advantage. I actually think that's one where the refs right in there might have a better eye on the knee and the ball than we did. We got a great look, but just no chance. So many bodies in there. So the Raiders up by 6. 6 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Cardston was able to respond last time. Can they do it again? Bit of trouble here on the kick return, but now it's taken by Levitt out to the 35, and he's taken down by Graff. Physical finish to the tackle as well.
Yeah, and they're ripping that ball out of there. The Raiders were buzzing on that one. They were coming down hunting after him. The way that ball bounced, I was worried. It kind of it was flying in the air, kind of off kilter, and then when it bounced, it was a good play by him to catch it and get it going. And you see them ripping that ball. Important for Cardston, not necessarily to score a touchdown on this drive, but to get the ball moving. They don't want to be giving the ball back after that score. Anytime there's that score, they don't want it to be a quick change and get Holy Rosary back out on the field. Take this down, get some first down, start putting the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
Holland under center. Few backs into the game, lots of motion. They'll fake it, pressure immediately, but now there's some running room here for Tristan Levitt. Out down the right side, trying to get to the edge, stayed on his feet. Boy, kept his balance really well. It'll bring up 2nd and about a half a yard.
This is an interesting play to me. It looks like he goes to boot, and then he pulls it back when he sees the pressure, but he has the outlet pass sitting right there. That's quite well coached to have that. That would have been his 3rd option. I don't think that was something that they were thinking about originally.
Kyler Siegel made the tackle. Tell you what, though, if he didn't have the right angle there, Levitt's gone.
Yeah, and I was thinking that Levitt was moving, and to make that tackle one-on-one in space like that is that's why these teams are in the provincial championship.
Brings up a 2nd and short. Still good first down production there for the Cougars. Raiders have been bringing tons of pressure. There's a quick screen play to the outside. Pinchak, who we've seen on the defensive side of the ball in this game. Kind of wondering when you got a DB moving like that if he's going to get a touch on offense. He does there. Picks up 6 and a first down.
I like this Pinchak. He seems to be quite confident. Probably has a lot of a good teammate, somebody that gets the people going, a little bit of a leader, it seems. This is that defensive back swagger, though. You can't play DB if you don't have. It's tougher to play DB if you don't have that. I have personal experience of that.
A little bit undersized, but he seems to play bigger.
Yeah, he sure does.
Deep bomb into one-on-one. And they're calling it an incompletion. Obviously, Cardston wants a DPI, but I think this is a good no call here, Rob.
I agree. The defensive player was in a good position. The quarterback puts the ball.
There's a little bit there for Seagull, but
there is a bit there. But the referees don't want to bail you out when you don't make a good play. If it's a bad ball, and they don't want to bail you out just by throwing a flag on something that's ticky-tack.
Keeping in mind as well that Seagull has the same right to essentially run a route as the wide receiver does. Just kind of got in the way there, made a little bit of contact. Booting out right, lots of pressure, got to get rid of it quickly, and it'll be a gain of just a couple here. Holland has been flushed out of the pocket over and over today. This time he'll pay.
Curious
Not
on
able
what
to
they
get
do
enough
here.
on 2nd down.
This is 3rd and more than medium. This is 3rd and long. And, yeah, they're going to punt it. Most coaches want to be aggressive. You want to do it, but you'll have to make the right decision. And if Holy Rosary gets that ball back on the plus 50, after just scoring with 3 minutes left, you're not going to be too happy with putting your defense in that position. And now that I say that, they'll probably fake the punt.
Well, it is the Alberta Bowl, and if you've been working
I
on
would
anything
also
all year,
I would also, if I'm on the Raiders round, I'm telling you, watch out for the fake here, because it could be a good chance for a fake.
they do punt it away. Looks like another pretty good one there off the foot of Bronson Levitt. Return out to the right, and a good special teams tackle made by Pierce Romero.
Yeah, really stout special teams. Tough, and no sleeves again. Another one.
You want
These
to?
young men are tougher than I am.
You want to go no sleeves for the second half?
Next game.
Yeah. You'll be no sleeves as soon as you're in the door of the comfort of your house.
Nice and warm, watching it on my couch.
If anyone on the crew is going to go no sleeves, it would be me, but I make a lot of regrettable decisions. Raiders take it at the 37 like the ice cap instead of a hot chocolate.
2:35 here. They're going to want to make this to be a chance to set up one of those play action passes.
Another run here. Mavridis over the middle, out towards the 45. Pickup of 8. I wonder here, too, lots of time left here, under 3 minutes, but these Raiders drives have taken some time as well.
Yeah.
Need to get a big play at some point.
They're still going to be setting up the run, but I think that we'll see a bootleg. Second and short here is a real good chance. I think that we may see that bootleg, that play action, hit somebody running down the field.
Once again, you take a look at the defense. This time they have 4 defensive backs out there, but there's a ton of room back here.
Yeah.
See
There is a
if
safety in the middle of the field.
the Raiders can use it. They'll run it again. Mavridis shoulder pads down, out to midfield. Now everybody for that Cardston defense joins in, pushes them back, stops forward progress. That was after a gain of 10.
The Raiders have used one of their timeouts. I believe they used one of theirs.
Might have been the Cougars, actually.
I think the Cougars, I think they've both used one. Nah, that's too bad. We'll see.
Good point there. Those timeouts might come into play here under
Yeah.
2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Handoff. This time Mavridis met in the backfield. Big play by Mikey Stiles Miller.
That's a great play. That was a run blitz, and they he guessed right, and he was through. He made that tackle in the backfield immediately.
Football's a funny game.
He was playing defensive tackle on that. He wasn't even a blitzer. He was just playing defensive tackle.
Football's a funny game. You're at 2nd and long now, and if you don't pick up a first down, then Cardston's explosive offense can get the ball back with a chance to tie it and take a lead. Big 2nd down here, 2nd and 14. Fallshear forced to the air on 2nd and long, booting out left, looking downfield, has to run for it. Cardston in pursuit, gets across midfield, got past the original line of scrimmage. They'll call him down. It's a Cougar 54, and he took a shot.
He definitely took a shot. You don't want your quarterback taking too many of those, trying to take on linebackers. That was the safety coming up.
Chase Townsend delivered the big blow.
Cougars might have called the timeout. No, clock's running now. Raiders would serve themselves well, let this tick down a bit.
Clock ran at 1:23. They got another 10 seconds if they'd like to use it. Cardston doesn't have a returner back yet. Now they'll drop one. They take off most of the play clock. A little bit of a run punt and angled. Oh, it stays in bounds. Took a little bit of a Holy Rosary hop, but did cross out. We'll see where they mark it out. At the 30.
One minute, 80 yards. We've seen this offense does have that explosive potential. They've slowed down a bit in the second half. We haven't seen that same kind of quick burst. But if we're saving it for anything, they've got so many different players that do have that burst. Maybe we'll see the crisscross again.
Well, and you wonder if they maybe need 80 yards. They've had some pretty deep kicks on the kickoff today. You wonder where field goal range is. On a cold day, have to imagine they'd need at least 50 yards to get it to the opposing 30. They'll start on their own. Holland, quick pitch out to the right. Hunter Lacey, he's got the edge across the 35, across the 40. And he's got a first down on play number 1. 54 seconds in the half.
And getting out of bounds, stopping that clock. Well blocked. That number 2. Bronson Levitt getting out there early, leading blocking because he was behind the play and he got himself out in front to help with that lead block. That's how these teams make these provincial games. They have guys that are doing those extra things, getting out front, trying to make a block.
It can get you a professional career. Think about a Joe at Harry Ainley, one of the best run blockers now in the CFL. Got a tryout with the Colts earlier this year as well. That ball is high into the air, and the corner fights back for it. The corner slash receiver, Tristan Pinchak, maybe has the best ball skills on the team, and he tracks one down there. It was tough. Now this is worrying for the Cougars. He's slow to get up, but he looks okay all of a sudden.
Going to want to get on the ball too. They're going to spot this ball, and that clock's going to start running. You want to be on it. Now he's going to take a knee.
Pinchak's gone back down here. He tried to walk it off and then just couldn't. So a big gain here for the Cougars, but this is a little bit worrying as one of their best players both ways is down around midfield.
We'll see. He did get up. He was feeling all right there for a second, tried to get off, so hopefully he'll be something. Just got to catch his breath and get back after it.
Like the playmakers that you see for Cardston. Pinchak's been one of them in this game. Talked about Tristan Levitt as well. Got a couple multi-sport athletes in
Defense,
this game.
they got the Mikey Styles Miller too, making some explosive plays.
Tristan Levitt's a track star, holds multiple records across different track events.
The Benson Bomer, another quick athlete.
We'll see with Pinchak down here if they maybe look more towards Bomer. We've seen him early on in this game. A little bit of a smaller but really physical running back on the first play at least, and got that penalty on special teams as well. Got a little too physical, but we'll see one playmaker out. It feels like they have guys that can step up.
Yeah, Hunter Lacey, Chase Townsend. They have a number of quick running backs and ball carriers, explosive playmakers.
So clock is running. 1st and 10 at the 49. Goes under 37 seconds. Still not set. Ticks down towards Just a half minute left to play. Now in motion. Ended up killing off about 15 seconds. Looking downfield, they have a man open. Hunter Shipley across the 25, makes a move across the 20. And down inside the 15. 17 and a half seconds left to go. Clock will run. We'll see if the Cougars use a timeout. I think
This is where losing that 15 seconds on the last play now would be frustrating as a coach. Now they're working to get them back to the line as quick as they can.
2 plays here, maybe 3. Clock is running.
They gotta go.
Get it off quickly. Just 3 seconds between plays. Looking to the end zone. Going to be pulled down by Holland, running across the 10. 7.4 to go. If they can stop the clock with a timeout, they'll get 2 plays. If not, you're in touchdown or bust or field goal range.
This will be the last play. Likely.
Yeah, this is it. Oh, now we got whistles. It looks like they did call a timeout. Clock ran a little bit as well. Timeout came in a little later. We'll see if they reset it.
Timeout, Cardston.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
The last timeout of the first half.
That's interesting that they would call timeout there now, because now this will be 2 plays. 4.4.
Yeah.
Maybe not at 4.4.
The clock ran for 3 seconds.
And then they called the timeout.
Between plays. We'll see. The officials might talk this one over. Keep the ref mic on in case they have an announcement for us. But as it stands, 4.4 seconds left.
If you can get a quick play, you'll get 2.
It would have to be
real fast.
Pretty much a quick slant over the middle and then
yeah, that's it.
Get down if you're in bounds, right?
Wow.
If you can't get to that goal line. Cardston late. Still haven't seen anyone different join that huddle. Looks like they're going to go for it. Could kick a field goal as well here. It would be about 16 yards, but the offense is on the field. So 4.4 seconds left to go in the half. Here we go. Cardston looking to tie it.
I'm looking for something deep out of the playbook here. Something different that we haven't seen.
Big play in this game. 6 points on the line. Holland fakes the handoff, flushed out left. This has taken a while, but they got the touchdown and looks like, yes, they signal it a score. Bronson Levitt in the end zone with 0s on the clock.
So this was that they give that fake and hard boot off of that. I was thinking he was going to be able to run in there, but great pass. That's good football. That was it. That drive to go down there, they got that ball back with a minute to go 80 yards, we said. And yeah, they were up to the task. Likely to go into the halftime leading.
Bronson Levitt sat down at the perfect time there on the goal line. That tip of the football just crosses extra point for the lead. They got it off the foot of Bevins, who maybe was expecting to kick a field goal, but a kicker would much rather be out there on an extra point. It's a 14-13 lead for the Cougars at the half. Last second magic for Cardston. Momentum into the locker room is always a big deal. Rob, here's another look at the touchdown. There were 0s on the clock right about here. Would have been the last play if it fell incomplete.
As advertised, though. What a great half of football. Both teams did what they were hoping to do. Both teams, you can see two clearly defined game plans and 2 very proud teams doing what has got them to a provincial championship. Great first half, and I think the second half, if you like football and Canadian football being played in November for championships, this is a great game to be here today.
Last night, the Wainwright Commandos won on a last-second touchdown over the Bonnyville Voyageurs. It was a game to remember. It feels like game number 2 was great. Game number 3 of the weekend is going to be another one to remember. Cardston Cougars at halftime, 14-13, lead the Raiders.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
Connor Toffin with Rob Frisky, Alberta Bowl 3A Provincial Championship, Cardston Cougars, Holy Rosary Raiders on this IC Live Procast. Boy, it is a tale of two very different offenses in this football game. Welcome up to the announce booth here. I'm just going to throw some numbers at you guys. Holy Rosary, 25 rushing plays, Cardston 5. That's with a couple quarterback rushes as well.
Yeah.
From getting flushed out of the pocket, having to get it across the line of scrimmage for Cardston. Time of possession, Holy Rosary, 16-24. And that's out of just 24 minutes. Only 7 minutes and 36 seconds for Cardston with the ball. When I tell you those numbers, you'd think Holy Rosary's playing the game they want. They might be dominating. Total net yardage, though, 141 for Holy Rosary to 190 for Cardston.
Yeah.
It is just a methodical running offense against an explosive passing offense for Cardston, and it has made for, it's, I think of like MMA when you get a boxer versus a wrestler.
Yeah, right on. And it is a tale of two game plans. You have two teams that are both very good at what they do as well. It's like both of these game plans are being effective, and they're both, you can see what they're trying to do, you can see what is happening. The key for me coming in the second half, the thing that I really want to see is how that Cardston defensive line is going to handle it in the second half. When you have this grinding type of offense, it doesn't necessarily pay dividends in the first half. The second half, and late in that fourth quarter, if Xander Badman and Joby Singer, if they've been playing offense all day and they've been and now that they've been on the field for 30 minutes on defense and they've been getting, if they've got, another 25 carries by that Rosary offense, that's going to be the tale of this game. That's what I see is going to happen. We're going to be in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a tight game. Can this defense for the Cardston, can they stand up? Can they keep battling?
Two players getting targets through the air for Holy Rosary. One more stat to throw at you. Weber with 2, Seagal with 1. So just 3 pass attempts for Holy Rosary. There was 6 different players that got a target through the air for Cardston. Shipley with a long of 36. Pinchak with a long of 20. Feels like the health of Tristan Pinchak in such a tight game. He went down late in that first half. Fortunately, he will have halftime to recoup, but
get a little bit of warmth,
don't know if he will. And we'll see if he comes back for the second half. And then you flip to the other side again for Holy Rosary. Costas Mavridis, 19 carries in the first half alone. I play fantasy football. I think you play fantasy football as well. When you see a running back get 19 carries a week and you win anyways, you almost don't care if your guy even gets a bunch of fantasy points or whatever, because you're like, oh, the opportunities are there. Well, it's got 117 yards to go on with that, an average of 6.2. So the long of just 14, but it feels like Mavridis and the offensive line have just been able to take 6 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, and they gain 4. Feels like a loss almost the way they're running the football. And then they get back to just that 6-7 yard ratio, and it's tough to stop. Yet they only got 13 points. The Cardston defense able to get the stops when they needed them.
And that's going to be the key. They got the 13 points in the first half, but you can get 20 points in the second half, and you're walking out of here with an Alberta Bowl. And I think that's what they're trying to do. I think that the Raiders would be very happy with the way that first half went, even the fact that they're trailing right now by a point. The key we talked about for Pinchak and for those backs that are with Cardston, there's so many different football players that are good. They're going to want to. Is Pinchak out there?
Pinchak is out there running and celebrating.
He's fine. But that's the dichotomy. You have one team that is going to try to put the ball, and they're going to try to run right down their throat, and they're going to try to pound and pound and pound. And in the fourth quarter, we'll see if the playmakers and the speed of the Cardston Cougars can take over and can win a football game against such a really tough and nosed Holy Rosary Raider team. It's fun. This is the kind of football game you want to watch.
We'll have great football all weekend. Obviously, a lot of people thinking of that 5A provincial championship, but if you have been around Football Alberta over the years, around the SSA, you know that sometimes these early slate games on the Saturday, the late games on the Friday nights, they can steal the show. And if you got competitive football, between two really good schools. Nowhere else you'd rather be than the football field right now, even though it's cold, and nothing else you would rather watch than a second half like this one. It's a 1-point game, 14-13 in favor of Cardston. That missed extra point looming a little large right now for Holy Rosary, but lots of time to recover from it.
Lots of football to be played. Lots of time, lots of football to be played. The biggest plays of this game are still about to happen.
Sorry, Rob, I forgot to write this down before the game. I believe Holy Rosary got first possession in the first half. And it looks like Cardston is
right.
Kicking off the same direction to Holy Rosary here to start the second. Interesting decision. Not sure if head coach Cody Toon deferred and elected to take win in the fourth quarter.
I don't know. I don't
But
think there's
no
a wind.
wind.
There's no wind. The
Unless
sun,
the
maybe the
sun's
sun.
an issue?
The sun could be an issue. Like that. If we look at those shadows, I think definitely the sun could be an issue.
Confidence in your defense, look to set the tone, get some field position.
I've also had.
Or unless they just elected to defend first.
I've been in situations where people say the wrong things. I've had it where a person will say, "Hey, we want this side," or rather than saying we'll defer. Things do happen.
So Holy Rosary will get the football once again to start this second half. Interesting. They set up that reverse earlier. This time they'll fake it.
They got some.
And there's some room here for Denham Weber down the sideline across the 40. Just one to beat. It's a touchdown for the Raiders. Weber.
Now, they set that up in the first half with showing the same reverse and handing it, and they had a good return. Now, there's one, you'll see the double team, the triple team block on their one edge player, the contained player for the Cougars. You can see that they had them, it was even a triple team on him just to get to that edge, and that's a huge play. That's a team that takes 8 yards, 8 minutes to score a touchdown, just doing it in 17 seconds.
On the last play of the first half, Cardston took a lead, 14-13. Holy
Two plays,
Rosary,
2 touchdowns.
One play later on the kick return, they're going to go for 2, try to make it that full touchdown, an extra point lead here, if they can get it. I mean, the offense was expecting to go out there soon anyways. There's a pass up for grabs, and it falls incomplete, so up by just 5 after a couple misses on the extra points. Let's get another look at the touchdown, and I want you to look here. Once they fake the reverse here, Rob, all these guys on special teams commit out to the right. And then there's room
And
down the sideline.
you see there was number 19 for the Cougars. They had him on the edge, and that was the one you can see they double teamed him on the block, and that was the play they were trying to make. That was you try to find their edge player on that kickoff, and if you can get loose and you can get spilled on the outside of that, it becomes a track meet. And the Rosary Raiders, they set that up, and they're probably pretty excited about the way it paid off.
And give credit to Weber as well. He didn't just fake the pitch and keep running. He faked it, and he kind of looked back and slowed down, maybe just a quick stutter step. He had the football tucked in his right arm so the cover team couldn't see it, and then he just takes off.
Was he the guy they were talking about was a track guy? Because it looked like him. He was rounding the 200 there, rounding the corner in the 200 as he was
It really
running.
did. Weber is the golfer.
Oh,
A kick return touchdown here, though. I would imagine he wouldn't look bad on the track, though, either. This ball's on the ground. Bomer has to run back to recover. Going the wrong way now, makes one miss, and now he's got some room out to the 30. We do have a penalty. Boy, Bomer almost turned it over and then almost went for a touchdown, and he only had a couple more to beat. But the flag on the field, we'll have to check it.
the way that ball came off of his foot, you could see that it was a kind of awkward and it took a weird bounce on him. And then there's a frozen ball laying on the ground. He's trying to pick it up and everybody's chasing him. And did a good job to get a return going.
We've got an illegal block, number 10 of the return team. That'll be
Illegal block. Caught a little bit of that call there. Number 10 on the return team. So that one against Pierce Romero. And That'll come back 10 yards. It was right at the end of the return.
Not great field position, but they just want to get to their game plan. They want to try to see if they can create some space. You see how Holy Rosary, see how they line up on defense. Are they going to keep everybody in the box? Because it seems Cardston are trying to get out of the box, where the Holy Rosary has everyone crammed right inside there.
Cardston in another tight formation. They were able to find the outside a few times in the first half. This one's going nowhere. Right across the middle, Cole Carr, the D lineman, ate up all the room.
Yeah, 8 in the box, trying to run inside on the team. Like, the Raiders are stout in there, and you can see that they got big guys, and they're playing that inside run. Cardston, the success they've been having has been on the edge. So my understanding, though, they do want to see if they can get something in there. But if the Raiders have 8 guys in the box like that, and they're playing downhill trying to stop that run inside, you might have to go look somewhere else.
Ball inside the 20. Holland needs 11. He's met in the backfield. A quarterback sack for the Holy Rosary Raiders. 2 players in there.
The physicality of this defensive line getting off the ball. 66. Both the defensive tackles, that all 4 men beat their block, and all 4 men on that defensive line kept in their lanes, didn't give them a chance to get out of there. It's a really good job by the defensive line. This Rosary team, I'm not sure what Coach Vince Oreo was telling them in the locker room at halftime, but I feel they were paying attention.
66, Jake Wicker, and then 42, Teamer Jogensen.
They may give up a safety here.
Inside their own 10.
Just the field position with the ball would go to the 35.
Oh, they will boot it away. Interesting
Good
decision, but a great kick off the foot of Bronson Levitt across midfield. Now there is room to return it as well for the Raiders. Denham Weber, who just returned a kickoff for a touchdown, he gets hit late and the flag was out. You could see that one coming from a mile away. Chase Townsend had eyes on the hit the whole way, and Townsend, he wasn't even out of bounds as the flag was thrown, but you could just see it, and this is the right call, I think, here, Rob.
I do as well. These guys are so excited. They're working so hard to make a play. You can see he gives himself up when he's sort of walking out, and then he hits him just as one step out of bounds.
Oh, hold on a second. This one's coming back.
Never mind. This is why these coaches are out here. I was thinking give up a safety here and get good field position. They punted it and didn't give up the 2 points and still got the good field position.
Must have been a hold, and that's why that flag was thrown a little early there. To be fair, the returner was still in bounds. He just given himself up.
But I think he was a step on the line.
Yeah. They're going deep, looking for the yardage back. They got it on play 1 down to the 35. Holy Rosary had the flag against them on the return. They didn't care.
Well, Cardston came out looking to stop the run. They had 8 guys in the box. They had everybody up there looking to stop that run. Holy Rosary comes out and just throws the ball right down the middle of the field because there's no safety in the middle of the field.
Caden Jameson on the reception.
And now Cardston has their safety back in.
25 yards.
Nobody in the middle of the field, though.
After a 51-yard net difference on the special teams play. Now here's a run for Mavridis. And Cougars are all over him. A physical finish to the tackle. Whistle wasn't blown, so no penalty on that one. No thought of it against Chase Townsend.
But 4 yards. Coach Vince Oreo and Darcy Hoganoski with Holy Rosary, they're excited. 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7 for them that's where they anticipate be. That's where they want to be. That's where they're comfortable. This is right as per plan.
Travis Smith joined in on the tackle as well. Ball at the 31. 2nd and 6. Wonder if it's 3-down territory. Play action. Quick kick out to the left. Weber spinning. Secondary tackler in and sent to the ground again. Townsend throws another down.
Chase Townsend, yes. He's tough. He's had a few big tackles like that. But we are still now, it's 3rd and 2, Holy Rosary is still doing what they want to do. They're taking time, they're throwing short passes, they're running the ball. 3rd and 3.
Holy Rosary, Rob, might be looking at that one saying, hey, he's driving backwards. Why is there no penalty? But the whistle hadn't blown. If there was a whistle a little earlier when forward progress was stopped, I think you see the penalty flag thrown, but Townsend was playing through the final whistle. Mavridis across the 25, has some room into the red zone, spun down inside the 15. Ball came out, but player was already down.
They're going to get
it's a flag
another
back.
You are way behind the play. Guys are getting a little. It's important to play hard and to be excited about a football game, but you can't be doing things away from the football like this. This here now also, this was Cardston. I don't know, maybe if there's an offsetting. They were both getting after it. I have a feeling it's against Cardston. That was Bronson Levitt versus Denham Weber. The two of them were 25 yards behind the play going after it. But I think that they're marching forward. This was against the Cougars.
Of the defense. Result of plays a first down.
So offsetting penalties.
I like that the refs did that.
Yeah.
It's important that these young men understand that they don't want to be doing this stuff. They don't want to be doing the extracurricular. You got to play hard-nosed football, not take penalties. But we don't necessarily have to have the refs decide one side or the other.
13-yard line, Holy Rosary Raiders on the doorstep. A quick pitch to Denham Weber, reversing field, down at the 18, maybe 19-yard line. Guess who? Tristan Pinchak.
There's some personalities starting to show themselves in this game. You can see the emotion. You can see how excited all these young men are to play this football game. And this is it. We're into the crunch of this game, and we have two proud teams looking to, nobody wants to take a step backwards.
Forward progress took it out to the 18. 2nd and 15. A loss of 5 on first down. Holy Rosary behind the sticks. To the end zone, it's knocked down.
That's the same two. That's Bronson Levitt and Denham Weber that both took UR penalties. Coincidental ones a couple minutes ago, and this is a spirited game. These are the things I like in football. When you can see the young men, you can see them, they're playing hard. They're starting to be a little bit competitive. These people have never seen each other before in their lives. And now it's all they might be his biggest enemy in the whole world.
Things are getting personal.
With respect, yes, they're
between
competitive.
The number twos.
Yeah, they're competitive.
That's the matchup again here on 3rd and 15. Falshear pumps, throws, Weber in the end zone. Oh, might have had an opening. But Levitt and Pinchak in the end, the two DBs that have made an impact in this game for the Cougars, close the gap, and Cardston with a red zone stand.
And Levitt's limping out of there. I think he did have a chance to get this ball. There was it was a little out and up, and I do believe he gets his hands on this football. Has to wait for it a little bit. Yeah, he's going to want that back. And Denham Weber there, he had that long touchdown return, the first play of the half. He'll be upset about that one. I'm sure now he's back on defense, so there's no break for him.
That's Bronson Levitt, by the way, number 2 on the Cardston Cougars that was in coverage there. Denham Weber, number 2 on the other side. A quick run. Haven't really seen the Cougars look to the run game that much. When you think about the run, and then the deep shot, but they're kind of setting up the runs with the passing game.
Yeah, and these are runs on the edge. Holy Rosary's not giving them. they're really working to control that line of scrimmage. There is no safety in the middle of the field. They've walked them down. They're trying to stop that run. They're forcing them to run out wide or to maybe throw their passing game, get out of the pocket. It's tough sledding inside against this Holy Rosary defense right now.
Hunter Lacey, 1 run.
Like if you look, there's
For 11 yards in this game. He's their starting tailback. Bronson Levitt, 1 rush for 60. They only rushed twice in the first half. But another run here will take them across the 30. Pickup of 6 and a first down for the Cougars.
that was as good. That was still an inside run. That was a off tackle run, and this was maybe the most success they've had trying to run up inside. But you can see before that play, the Raiders had all 12 people within 5 yards of the football when it was being snapped.
Hunter Shipley on the run for the Cougars. Feels like another one of those games that's going to come down to late in the fourth quarter, but we'll see if a team can throw a haymaker here. Quick play out to the right side. Benson Bomer. Ball's out again, but they'll say Bomer was down.
Bomer took a shot there. That was a big hit. This is a physical football game. It's cold. Those shoulder pads will be cracking right now.
Look at the end of this run.
Boom, yeah, that's a big shot. Even to come down on that football like that.
Don't need me to tell you, Rob, that everything feels worse when it's almost minus 20 out.
I shudder watching these boys get tackled right now.
Second and 9. They'll fake it to Bomer. They'll go to the left side instead. And into tight coverage there, Tristan Pinchak was the target.
Yeah, he's looking for an interference call, but that's just two people going after the football. Sometimes you get bumped. That's a good non-call.
This game's been pretty well officiated so far. Got to give credit
These
to the guys in stripes.
Yes, the EFOA, they do these games. They're great. They work at this all year, and even this is the Alberta Bowl for them as well. Like these are the best crews in the province. These guys have now, at this point of the season, they've worked hundreds of games as a crew together. And yeah, they do a great job at the start of the year. At the end of the year, this is a professional crew we have here.
Every time I say that, I just imagine both sides watching from home, whoever they're cheering for, going like, what are you talking about? Which would tell me I'm right. If one side's going, great job, one side's saying terrible. Yeah. Good punt here, taken at the 35 off the hands of the return man, Weber. He makes a smart play just to fall on top. Would have only got a few on the return anyways, so made sure he had possession with a couple gunners for the Cougars coming near. Bronson Levitt with the good boot. The Levitt's all over this game. Bronson, number 2, Tristan, number 8.
The Cougars' special teams, their punt team seems to be pretty good. It seems to be an advantage over the Raiders' punt team. But the Raiders had the kick return for touchdown, so special teams, we'll see how that plays out.
Handoff and met in the backfield. Cardston all over there, punching at that football. That's not fun for Mavericks. That's Mikey Stiles Miller, who was in there first once again.
He's done that a few times. Now that's a very telling thing in that Xander Badman and Joby Singer are both out on the defensive line for the Cougars, and they were able to stop that inside run from the Raiders. These are the kind of things that turn in these games. And this was that crucial matchup we were talking about at halftime, that if they can stop that inside run, and especially with their second D-line in here, that bodes very well for the Cougars.
Fallshear dropping Basta pass. It's a screen. Mavridis sheds off a big hit for a moment. And boy, Cardston has to be careful. They are punching at that football. Now a bit of a push the other way. And push, sorry. I might have accidentally said punch. It wasn't. But
well,
boy, 59's got to be careful there. That's Nassau.
Yeah, they do. And anytime a player,
no flags.
We talked about this yesterday. Anytime a player puts his hands up like, I didn't do anything.
Watch the end of the play here. So whistle's blown.
He's down.
And that left arm, you can kind of see it. Boom, tries to punch the football out, but that's a second after the whistle.
If you jump up and you have your hands up saying you didn't do anything, you're lying. Because that's how it works. There's only one reason that you'd be throwing your hands up trying to convince somebody you didn't do anything.
Punting team out there again, angled towards the sidelines. Better one here for the Raiders.
Better kick, not a great
but
angle.
it went out a little early, so ball at the 35.
That's a different.
Originally,
That's a different scheme than they were running. They were running that
16-yard punt.
Earlier they had the overload on the line to the one side, and they're running behind it and kicking. So this is a different punt scheme.
I'll say this much about the play we saw a couple ago. If you don't get flagged, it's just a physical play by Nassau, and you don't want to get tackled by anyone on the Raiders.
If you do it 10 times, you get called 6 times, though, and it's not. You got to stay away from that. And in these close games, one of those simple things could change this game. One of the very likely could. There's going to be a big play here somewhere, and you don't want it to be because you couldn't take a silly penalty.
Handoff. Tough one to read there for the defense. They had a few options to give it to. Now Bronson Levitt takes it for at least 7.
That is similar to, they ran that one earlier, and that's that second, that slot back coming in over top. It's just a misdirection. It's a counter, but they run it with speed, and that's what kind of makes it so successful. It looks like on that, too, it's a similar blocking scheme to when they ran that crisscross with that double handoff there before.
Couldn't tell where that ball was. It ended up in the hands of Shipley.
Yeah, we're going to be third and
it's
short.
a loss of half a yard, maybe a full yard. It'll be third and at least along 3, maybe 4.
I'd like to think they're going to, well, sorry, I believe they're going to go for this. This is a big game. Down by 5 at the end of the third quarter here. You've already got good field position. You're not giving it up too bad. A punt isn't that great. A field goal is not an eligible thing. Nope.
Timeout, Cardston. Remember, last play of the first half, Cardston scored a touchdown. This feels like another potential big swing point in this game here. If Holy Rosary can get the ball back, you're pretty much at the point of this game. Remember, just 12-minute quarters. They had a 7-minute drive to open up the game, Holy Rosary did. If you give the ball back here, if they have another one of those 7-minute drives for a touchdown, the game's almost over.
If they get the ball right now, it's 100% on game plan. You want to be going into the fourth quarter with the lead and the ball. If you have those things, that was exactly what Coach Vince Oriol, that's what they're talking about before the game started. Before every game starts, that's where they want to be. They want to be in that fourth quarter with the lead and the ball in their hand, and that clock. You know, we talked about last night as well. Tick-tock, that's your 2 favorite sounds when you've got the ball in your hand in the lead.
Cardston, though, they get the first down. They could be driving for a lead, and
let's
they got
go.
a full quarter left to play.
Well, Cardston's over there. They're going to draw up a play. They got a play called right now. Maybe something we haven't quite seen yet, or a wrinkle on something that they've shown. But they're going to call. They're calling winning plays right now. They're trying to get a first down, and they're going in to score. They're going to take the lead. That's what they're thinking. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm curious to see here now. I don't think that Cardston's going to run something inside. Now, will Holy Rosary get out of the box? It doesn't appear. It seems like they got everybody crowned in deep there, or everybody right tight to the line of scrimmage still.
3rd and 3.
Yeah, so they got everybody in there.
Oh, and 44, a quick handoff to the fullback on the play, Pierce Romero, right up the middle, right up the gut of the defense, and a first down.
Oh, that's a statement right there. That was, hey, we can take what we want still. Cardston has not shown that. That was that's smash mouth mono football. Hey, we're going to give the ball to our big guy, and he's going to run fast. Can you stop him? And on that play, they couldn't. Wow. And now Romero runs out to wide receiver.
They'll go to the air. Long shot. Falls short of the receiver, Hunter Shipley.
I believe there was a late hit on the quarterback there that wasn't seen. We'll see how late it is here on the replay if we can. No.
Do another look here. See if we can get an eye on it maybe after.
Yeah.
Let's see.
From
the uncut camera.
Nah, maybe just look a little. I seen him falling after. They ran to the ball quicker this time than they had.
2nd and 10. Quick look out to the left. The swing pass not converted as they were looking for Tristan Levitt, the track star.
Third and 10 here. They're huddling up.
You punt it here, you can maybe get it inside the 10, but you can't
You've already
get it
got
in the
really
end
good.
zone,
You've already got really good field position. Punting it here, like,
third and 10, sorry.
yeah, and you're already in good field position. Even if they get the ball, they're still well on their side of the ball. Field goal is not really an option yet.
It'd be 45 yards from here, so well out of the range for 99% of high school kickers.
Especially when the ball's frozen. You're in that same. Oh, they got out now.
Deep shot into one-on-one.
That they could.
No flag.
There's a chance that they're thinking not a catchable ball. It did seem that it was a pass interference, but perhaps they're thinking that he wasn't going to get to that ball. There's definitely that ball's in the air, and he was blocking him from him. I don't know if they thought if was Pincher, if he could get to that ball.
Tough one for Cardston.
Pinchak, yeah, I don't know that because the defender was definitely hindering his chance to get to that football, but maybe they figured he couldn't get to that football.
Well, tough break for Cardston to end the third quarter. It was Denham Weber at the start of the third quarter with a kick return touchdown for 6. That was the only score. 19-14, Holy Rosary with a quarter left to play.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.
Welcome back to the Johnny Bright Bowl. We got a tight one here, another one. 19-14 Holy Rosary, but we got more action coming up later, starting at about 2:30. The Austin O'Brien Crusaders against the Holy Trinity Academy Knights. There is so much good football left to play this weekend. Mentioned the game last night. It's a game that you only dream to call when you come into a provincials between Wainwright and Bonnyville, and we might have another really close one here. That one ended 28-24 for Wainwright. Pretty tough to get to 28-24 here, but
oh, it could happen.
It could happen. You need a safety or something at some point.
Cardston gets
on one side, I mean, but you're just hoping for a similar finish. Provincial championships on the line. Both teams are hoping the hero is on their side. Holy Rosary will open up the fourth quarter with the football. This is dangerous. They got that methodical rushing attack. Not too methodical here though, because they're taking a chunk out across midfield. A pickup of 21.
Now, Cardston was in a different set. They had that safety deep in the middle, back in the middle of the field, and with their smaller D line in there, and they ran the counter, and yeah, they got beat up inside on that one. That's that matchup we're looking for, and Holy Rosary was up to it on that play.
Mavridis Townsend at the 50, a gain of just 2.
I like that Townsend. He's a really good he's a good linebacker. It seems like whenever he makes the tackle, he's trying to hit the guy, and he jumps up excited about having got to hit that guy. This is where Holy Rosary wants to be, though. They do have the ball. They're running the ball with the lead in the fourth quarter, and they're going to try and grind this out.
Second and 8. Deep down the middle, they had Denham Weber. He pretty much went into a baseball slide as it was just a bit underthrown, and they just missed a shot of about 20.
A little business decisions. Yeah, we gotta. There's a chance to make a play there. That's the thing about these hard-hitting games.
Yeah.
It's back and it's forth, and we've seen Weber. He's been making plays all over the field. He's been playing that physical football all day.
Cardston able to get a stop. They get some pressure on the punt. Low line drive kick taken by Bronson Levitt. Not a lot of room. He'll stay on the sideline for about another 8 out at the 36. Cardston got a really quick stop. Just 2 minutes on that drive after the big play for Holy Rosary.
Yeah, no, they had that. It looked like they were really about to start moving the ball, like pounding it inside, and no, they came up stout in the next play. And, geez, now Cardston's back with trying to get this ball moving, try to get a score here, take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Holy Rosary has made all those championships in a row. They haven't won all of them. As we mentioned earlier, they are pretty much up there for one of the greater schools in the nation at their level provincially. But they've
consistently
ran into some good teams over the years as well, including their arch rivals over the years, the Cochrane Cobras, who had a bunch of provincial titles.
It's the consistency of these programs. It's just Coach Vince Orio, been there for years, running a program, and once it's built, it's just maintaining, and the people that come in, the standards already being set by the seniors. As the players come through, they get an opportunity to then, carry that torch, and good coaching, builds the whole community.
Looking downfield now, pressure on the quarterback. Somehow Cash Holland gets out of there and completes the check down as somehow Hunter Lacey came open. He's going to get a first down and more.
There we go. Look at this kid. This is playing football. This is Sandlot football. This is here making plays. They had a play designed up to go over here. This is now, hey, look, you see Hunter Lacey throwing his hands up there. I'm open, get me the ball. And a little bit of Pat Mahomes there, kind of, you see just making that play down off script.
Credit to 56, Dylan Tolman, the offensive lineman, held his block that whole time, opened up that lane, throw over the middle. Not a lot of room. It was read well by the Raiders.
Those are dangerous tackles. I don't like those tackles when they're pulling down like that. Too often we see people get hurt. Yeah, this here, those twisting pull-down tackles, my heart always kind of stops when I watch.
Everyone okay though? Noah Graff got the tackle. 2-yard gain. Just over 8 minutes left. All of a sudden, not a lot of clock left in this football game. Quick look out to the left. Pinchak on the reception, puts on the juke. He'll be just about an inch short.
Oh, I think he got it.
Well, maybe they did spot it a first down. They might have a measurement.
Really well blocked. The other
First
receivers
down.
blocking down the field. That was a really run play. Because the way you stop that play on defense is by getting everybody over there, by running. And they were running, they were chasing. You could see the intensity they're getting there, but it was well blocked by the Cougars. Under center.
Quick run for Bronson Levitt. No room. He took a hard hit from Holy Rosary.
This game, geez, that was a hard-hitting football play. But that was there. You see the Cardston, the hand, like quarterback under center, running that eye backs, running right down between the tackles. And wow, Holy Rosary was stout there. That was physical football.
I do want to take a moment to thank the Sport Physical Activity and Recreation Branch of the Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta, who's a funding provider to the SSA. The funds received from this area of the government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for Albertans. That ball is on the ground. It is Raiders football at the 45.
That's a big turnover. With all this misdirection, the quarterback handing the ball with all these different people running around in the backfield, these things can happen. You don't want it to happen in the fourth quarter of the provincial championship. This defense is going to have to get a stop. Another one. Great job by the Raiders, though, to get that turnover, just making them take more plays. We've seen how explosive the Cougars can be, but to make them take 10, 12 plays to get down the field, that gives you an opportunity to get a turnover.
Raiders at the 45. Their first drive of the game took 7 minutes. 7-minute drive right now. They wouldn't need to score. It would be over.
No, and that's exactly that lead, that power that they just ran. That's exactly what. 7 yards, running their same off tackle they've been running all day, just trying to knock back the D-line for the Cougars. And the Cougars now, they took out a defensive back and put in an extra defensive line. They know what's at stake here. And I think they also understand the game plan of the Raiders.
Look at all the bodies in there. Gain of maybe one.
This is going to be third and 3 here. This is going to be an interesting decision because you don't want to give the ball back that quickly to the Cougars. Yeah, they're going to punt.
You want to be at the bottom of that pile, Rob?
No, not
I'm good.
Good.
I like being in the booth.
I'd like to think that there was a time when that's the place to be right there. One time I could just be on the bottom of that pile. It's just, I'm not sure I have the, I might not be able to get out of that or up from being under that pile.
You know, I was going to say way in the future these guys might be saying the same thing as you, that we're in the bottom of that, but it might be tomorrow with the way they'll feel.
Well, they got it.
3rd and 3. Got to watch out for the fake here. We're right around midfield.
This is that similar punt that they ran before.
Another run punt. Cardston had read it well. They didn't have a chance. Ball's on the ground again. Still loose. Who's on top of it here?
I think
Cardston thinks they
Cardston
have
to get back to it, yeah.
So there might have been an option for a fake there. Travis Smith was right there on the edge of that line, just held his ground. Punter and him pretty much made eye contact, and they got it away. Just said, nope, no chance. Punted it, and nearly got the ball back as well.
The Cougars are well prepared. They've seen that on film. They understood what was happening. They had somebody looking for that fake, standing right there on the line, forcing that punt. That being said, sometimes you want to take a chance. If, hey, we got a guy that can make him miss and fall forward for a couple yards, we might get it.
5:26 to go. There could be a couple more drives either way, but you never know when it's that final championship drive. Will it be by an offense or a defense?
This is it. We're in the middle of it. Somebody's going to make a play here in the next couple minutes, and it's going to be a big one.
Which way will this game swing next? Pass into the flats on the outside. Oh boy, that one looked like it had a shot for just a moment. Tristan Levitt was right on the outside. There was only one more man to beat if they weren't going to make that tackle. A gain of 9, maybe 8.
You can just see whenever the Cougars get in space, it kind of gets electric for a second. Yeah. Catching, trying to pick up, make a play after the catch.
Just feels like one can break at any point in time, right? And probably not just a feeling, it can.
It absolutely can.
2nd and 2.
This is a great game.
Under 4:30 left to play. Now the Holy Rosary D-line. You know, I love to call defensive numbers. Can't really do it because there's 5 guys in on the tackle. It's just that whole D-line. It's a 3rd and 2. Wonder if Cardston's going to go.
Dane Reed, Teamer Eingenson. There's 42, 44, 56. It seems like they're just pounding in there. They tried to run Pierce Romero. They ran that earlier where they're going for the first down, and they got it quite easily. Now, this is a really interesting thing because you don't want to punt with 4 minutes, but you don't get this, and Rosary's in a real good position to make it a 2-score game.
The spot, I don't even think it moved. 3rd and 2, they're going to go for it. Not a lot of time to punt and get a stop, but this is still a risk. Heavy formation. I've never seen this one. 2 backs on either side. Lots of blockers.
Oh, it's going to be
I
close.
don't know if
I
they
don't
have
think he got it.
Holy Rosary thinks they've gotten the stop. Cardston pointing the other way. Where is the spot of this football? No sign yet, and I think they're short.
I do as well.
They needed
It's close, though.
the 43. It's at about the 42 and a half, I think. But
this is the chain down. This is the chain down here. This chain here and down there.
The far side chain that I'm looking at, the unofficial chain, is across the 43. The near side official chain tells a totally different story. Oh, I don't know.
This is close.
Bring out the credit card. See if there's just a sliver of space.
This is what I can tell you. The coaches here, like,
this could be an Alberta Bowl.
Yeah, this is a big play. Absolutely. Oh, but
it is as tight as it can be. I don't know. They call it a first down. The most electric measurement you'll ever see.
The NFL is going to go to that electronic one. They're not going to get to do that anymore. Wow, that was...
I mean... You ever, I don't know, if there's ever like a highlight reel of the game, I don't think I've ever seen a highlight reel with a measurement, but my goodness, I mean, we're talking a millimeter.
The replay, I couldn't tell.
I'm like, did he get it? I don't know, kind of waiting. Neither team knew.
They're just waiting, looking at the ref. What are you going to say?
Usually it's so obvious when you're that close, even if it's a half an inch, but it wasn't that. So the ref's eyes had the best look at it. A pitch, Cardston staying alive with 3.5 minutes. Holy Rosary into the backfield. They stop the forward progress of Hunter Lacey, and the Raiders respond.
Yeah, the Cougars are going to have to get this, like, getting the first down is great. We have to get the next first down. We got to get... I'm sure the coaches over there, they're going to be... We're going to see some of the plays that they've been saving, some of the things they've had drawn up, and they do seem to have a really varied playbook. It seems like they have a lot of different stuff in there, and I think the Holy Rosary defense should be, their spidey sense should be tingling.
2nd and 13. If there's any team equipped for this situation, you feel like it might be Cardston. But the ball's on the ground. Quarterback has to pick it up, and there's just no room for Cash Holland. It's a 3rd and long, and we're below the 3-minute warning. We'll be whistled in on the next play.
Third down, 13. Now, you do need to stop. You want to get this first down. It's not, if you don't get it, it's not over. You can still stop them. You can still get the ball back. You know, this is Canadian football. There could still be 6 possessions in this game. That was a big play for the Raiders. That was a huge defensive stand after that, them getting that spot.
15 yards to go. Holland. Does he have a man? Oh, nearly. He was looking for Tristan Levitt in first down territory and couldn't quite find him. The Raiders put a stamp on this game defensively, and Tristan Levitt is down.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what happened.
Covered by Siegel. Yeah, just at the bottom of that hit. You never know. Obviously, it can get twisted up. It could also be the cold weather and accumulation of hits. Hope that Levitt's okay, but what a big play for Siegel and the Raiders defense.
Football is a very physical game, and you know, I don't want to speculate on anybody how they're doing. We got a training staff here, and they're going to do it. They're going to take care of them. As far as the game goes, yeah, that's a huge stop for the Raiders. As big a play in the game as you can make. It's the 4th quarter of the championship game, making a big stop on 3rd down. Our focus just sort of moves here. when a player doesn't get up.
Tristan Levitt, trainers are going to put him flat on his back. So
that's good.
They're
moving him around, so
that is usually an okay sign. But we'll hope that he's okay. But so to the football game, 2:24 left.
Need to stop.
And yeah, you need to stop. The only thing that puts this game away would be either A, and this can happen, a drive that runs out the clock with the ball at the 33. I believe they have an opportunity to do that, although there has not been a timeout in this second half. We'll start to see those used shortly. The only other thing that would put the game away could be a touchdown, which would give the Holy Rosary Raiders a 2-score lead. It would be 25-14 and then extra point pending. And even a field goal doesn't do it here. It would put them up by 8, still a 1-possession game, and Cardston would have a chance.
I don't think we'll see it. I'd have a hard time. We'll see before they would get a field goal. I think they're going to try and run this ball. They're going to try the best plan for them.
Levitt sat up.
There we go. Here, he's
now
good.
They're going to help
Here we
him.
go.
Good to see.
Oh, that's great. These boys sacrifice so much. It's such a tough game to play, and they put themselves and they sacrifice so much, and it's great to see everybody get up.
I have a prediction to make, Rob.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Ball's going to 24.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There he is, Mavridis in the backfield. Can Holy Rosary close the game? Turns out I'm right. Down the left side across the 30. Good pickup on first down. That clock is going to tick.
That was plan A right there. That's what they're going to try to do. That is exactly what they were hoping for.
How many times over the years in Canadian football, if you can run the ball, it's the ultimate cheat code. You think of Brady Oliveira and the Bombers in the CFL, and then you go back a few more years, you think of John Cornish and the Stamps. 1-possession game, but when you can run the football,
it's the clock.
It's tough.
You know, for the Cardston run, it might be almost better if they score right away if you can't get a stop.
At the line of scrimmage, he'll only pick up a yard. Cardston not out of it yet. 2 minutes left in this game. It's going to be a 3rd and 3.
This is it.
Maybe a long 2.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 and a bit. Raiders are bringing in their heavy set.
Extra 20 seconds will tick off before they can flip the sticks. Even if they get a first down, this could work out in favor of Holy Rosary, but Cardston needs to stop.
But
Old school football, they're going to sell out to stop the run. One team's running. Mavridis on the outside, he has room. He's got the first down. 2 hands on the football. Down at the 19.
This is what the Raiders were hoping to do. They wanted to get in these tight game right at the end, see if they can now run the ball, run this clock out. They've had the lead in the 4th quarter. If they can get a 4th down, if they can run 4 or 5 more plays, this game's over, and that's what they're going to try to do.
2 hands on the football there, a sign of a well-coached team. The last thing you could have there was a fumble.
It gets to the point where as the Cougars, it'd be better to be down by 2 scores with the football than to have them running the clock out.
We'll give it to Mavridis. Again, no, they faked it. They faked it. A quick pass down
don't go to bounds.
Inside the 10. They go out of bounds, but they pick up the first.
Down.
First and goal from the 6. A touchdown could pretty much put it away as well.
You could now
you got to think about letting them score.
You can, and that is a strategy. I've never actually had to do it, but I've thought about it a number of times. Like in watching games, I'm like, maybe you let them score right now, and
telling your defense.
And then you're down by 2. You go try to score, go onside kick, get another one. It's better than them just taking a knee here in a minute.
Mavridis, they're going to try to punch that ball out, keep him up for a little bit down at the 1. I was wondering if you see it every now and then at the pro level. I don't know if high schoolers would know it, but you keep that guy up and you punch away.
No, these guys know that.
Fumble,
these guys know that for sure, yeah.
It looked like they were almost trying to do that there. Hard to see with the sun glaring on our screen. That's exactly what they were doing, except he didn't get in.
They might be telling him to let him in.
I think Cardston's called
timeout. Yeah.
That was Cardston's last time out. You can hear it at the end there as well. Minute 19 left. Holy Rosary driving for an Alberta Bowl. Wild things can happen, Rob. This game, you know, it's 1 yard away from being over. It's a minute 19 seconds from being over. But what I'm saying is it's not over.
Well, I've never seen anybody actually let somebody score and then come back to win. Maybe today's the day. And I don't know that they would do that, but this game it's been so close, it's been so hotly contested that both teams, you see that there's an ability. If Cardston gets the ball, they're one play away from taking the lead. And that's...
If you're Cody Toon, what are you telling your defense right now? Just punch at it, do everything you can, be physical?
Yeah, and I have a real, like, honestly, this is a prideful game. I want to tell those guys, hey, go out on your shield. Go out there and smash that guy in the mouth and knock him back and tackle him. Rip the ball out, pick it up, run for a touchdown. Yeah, they're in there to try and stop these guys.
Fallshear under center. Quarterback sneak. He falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Holy Rosary. Up by 2 possessions. A touchdown run for Fallshear, and they are on the brink of a provincial championship.
Yeah. This is what they wanted to do. They wanted to run the ball. They wanted to keep it between the tackles. They wanted to let that clock run, and they wanted to win a 2-score game in the 4th quarter. This is the playbook. This is championship football. Playing good defense against an explosive offense. This Cougar offense scores points, you know, we don't have their stats, but I'm sure they're scoring into the 40s most games, and Holy Rosary's played good defense today, and they've been so consistent with that run game and that defensive line for the Cougars. Like, hats off to them just to keep battling in there all day long.
Holy Rosary won the last 3 Alberta Bowl championships at the 3A level, looking for a 4th straight today.
Wow.
They lost a bunch of years just before those consecutive provincial titles. Won a championship in Tier 4 back in 2014. Well, they can smell it now. It would take a miracle for Cardston. They have not yet scored in the second half. Their last scoring play was on that last play of the second quarter with the clock at 0. So on the return is Pinchak. He'll take it outside the 40. They need a deep play. They need it now. But they got the playmakers. They can get one. They're just hoping for an onside kick and a chance at the end of this thing.
Yeah, I think they do have the playmakers, and they do have that. I think they have a varied playbook. We're going to see some things. I think there's going to be a play, something that we weren't maybe anticipating. Similar to the crisscross they ran there in the first half of the touchdown.
Do they have something that they've been holding on to? Maybe a trick play.
Yeah.
It would be the time to pull it out of the bag, because you can't.
I would have probably already ran it on the last couple drives, but this is a deep, coaches have things.
What does Cash Howland have left in the tank? Quick look out to the left, caught by Pinchak. Boy, he turned around late.
It's going to be inbounds.
I believe they'll say he's inbounds. Forward progress out to the 49. That clock's going to run.
Let's go on the ball. Get moving. Let's go back. Let's go, guys.
Gain of 7. You can hear Carson's coach, Cody Toon, on the ball, trying to get going quick. Holland barking out instructions. Get the play off in just seconds. Ball off the chest of the quarterback. Holland now gets the eyes downfield, finds a receiver. Hunter Lacey out across midfield, trying just to get down and stop that clock. The defense was holding him up there. Smart play, wasted a few more seconds. Clock will run again, 43 to go.
On the ball.
Can never count this Cougars team out of it. They're going down punching. 43.7 to go. They play a physical brand of football on defense. They're physical on offense as well, but there's a lot of finesse in this game. Deep into the post. Somehow was caught by Pinchak, and then Bronson Levitt took it away. A catch nonetheless, out to the 25. 31.9 to go. Pinchak made the catch. And then Levitt took it. What's going
Two
on
guys
here?
right
Johnny
there.
Bright got some finishes. Half a minute to go. They'll fake the run. Holland has to run it. Smart play, just gets out of bounds. The down really doesn't matter with 22 seconds to go. But he stops the clock at 22.
Okay, they got to score. Like, it's this play. Got to score and go for the onside kick.
You got to play maybe 2 to score. If you can get out of bounds, you'll have a second play, onside kick, Hail Mary.
Who knows? But
We've
that's
seen
it.
crazier things
You got to
happen.
throw it to the end zone this play.
I think so, right? Even an incomplete pass, at least it would stop the clock. Take a second shot. Holland drops back deep. They go to the end zone. It's in. No. A little early. Denham Weber was right there. Had a chance to ice it. Not quite. 16.5. Need to score on this third down.
Denham Weber, he's made plays, offense, defense, special teams. We've seen him, and even when he's not making plays, you can see him. He's in the action. It seems that he's one of their guys.
Vince Oreo, head coach for the Raiders, hoping it just ends now. To the end zone again. Oh, well covered. They were looking for Benson Bomer. One last stop for the Holy Rosary Raiders. And it's going to be knees.
Oh, yeah, they're going to victory formation.
Cardston is out of timeouts. With that stop, the Raiders are going to be provincial champions. It feels like they're just realizing it.
Yeah, they must be getting used to these things.
A little bit, yeah. It's going to be their 4th straight.
Wow, 4 straight provincial titles. That's a dynasty. And this game was still a very hotly contested game. This was a good football game.
Cardston was there the whole way. That last touchdown, and
they battled. The hitting, it never stopped.
You can see some of the emotions starting to come out on the field on the Cardston side. Got a bit of a delay here for Cardston. You fight all the way to get here. You have that break. It was a tough year for a lot of these players, and in the end, Holy Rosary, this is the best part of practice for a lot of coaches is you practice victory formation. It's exactly what you dream of on every game day. It's exactly what you dream of in the Alberta Bowl. The clock ticking down.
2 more rushing attempts.
Yeah, why not? And with one last knee, the Holy Rosary Raiders have won another provincial championship.
Yeah, congratulations to both these franchises, both these programs, having such great seasons. And cheers to the Raiders for, all their hard work paying off.
Another Alberta Bowl win for head coach Vince Oreo means so much to the program from Lloydminster. And they can have some fun with it now. You worked so hard all season. And apparently they got a bit of nose for the camera too. Seen it earlier in this game too.
Similar
what a look.
When you watch these games,
So
you
exciting.
feel both of the sidelines, just such a range of emotions from devastation to elation within a couple feet of each other.
Felt like Cardston was in it. The big swing point of this game was that kickoff return touchdown to begin the second half for Denham Weber.
Yeah, and then coming back and getting stops on defense right after it really did. It seemed that first 3-4 minutes right out of half, the Raiders took control of the game and then went right back. They stuck with what they were trying to do. They never really got out of where they couldn't just keep pounding it between the tackles, trying to, keep that clock running. They had a lead the whole time, and they're good for them. Like, that's championship football, especially on these cold days when you know how much it hurts to hit the way that these guys are doing it, and to execute your game plan and win a 4th straight provincial title.
Give credit to the O-line as well.
Absolutely.
They have it as tough as anyone on the field. And we had 38 carries for the Holy Rosary Raiders. 11 attempts through the air, so 49 offensive plays in total. 38 of them were on the ground. 6 runs for Fallshare, 2 for number 2, Denham Weber. 30 carries for Costas Mavridis. He also got targeted through the air once. So 31 touches in the game for the
30
lead back.
30 carries and 0 sleeves on a minus 20 day.
What a game here in the 3A Provincial Championship. Stick around, we'll have the trophy presentation. We'll wrap things up here in the booth. Don't leave, we got more good football today. A couple more games. And tonight it'll be Notre Dame, Ernest Manning. And coming up next, it'll be Holy Trinity and Austin O'Brien. Could have a couple more really tight games today.
Well, Coach Vince Orio just had a Gatorade shower.
He's got to, I don't know if he's going to take the shower either. He's got to drive home.
I think that he's got like a couple minutes before he freezes. That might have been irresponsible.
If there's, as a coach, you're a coach. I'm sure you've dreamed of the Gatorade shower, but I don't think you. Is it even Gatorade at this point, or is it just ice?
Well, they don't. After COVID, they got rid of the thing, so you couldn't have the big Gatorade jug.
Right.
You had to have all individual water bottles for people. So you would get where they would unscrew some water bottles and dump on your head. But that's kind of a little anticlimactic. Yeah. Get rid of
the bucket today. Well, I can see I can see the offender on the sideline.
Well, I believe that they've been in this game 12 times in a row, so they have a bucket.
They're ready to go.
Yep.
They'll
be the same bucket they want to use next year.
This is
and there's
year
ice
to
cubes
remember.
In that bucket. Look at all the ice cubes.
They're all over the field.
It's funny that they would
might actually have to sweep those off because they're not going away.
No. You wouldn't think you'd need ice in your water today.
Holy Rosary, so much success in recent years. They are such a good program. But you know what? Yes, another provincial title, true. But it's not just another. It means more. Every team, we've said it throughout the game, takes on its own identity. And
well, there's a bunch of boys on the Holy Rosary that this is their grade 12 year. And like when you play on these teams and you go through this work and you win year after year, there becomes a pressure that comes with consistency. And your brother won the year before, and you have 2 cousins that played on the team that won the other years. Now you're the grade 12. And these young men, they put a lot of pride and a lot of pressure on themselves to perform in that situation. And for those grade 12, that's the biggest game they've ever played in. And that'll be a game that they remember for a long time. And for a bunch of them, they don't get to play football again. And what a way to go out.
Time of possession was a big story in this game. Ended up close, but it felt like when it came down to it and Holy Rosary was in control of the game, they had the football, they were able to carve up a couple minutes. It ended up a little closer than it was in the first half. 26 minutes time of possession for Holy Rosary to just under 22 for Cardston, but they had the ball at the end of the game. It was also the defense that ended up coming up with the stop, and that same defense pitched a shutout
in
the second half. Last play of that first half, just barely, Cardston comes away with a touchdown. So you give them credit, you go to the locker room, they were down by 1, Cardston with the momentum, but one play later, 15 minutes of real life time later but one play in the game later, We had a kickoff return touchdown by Denham Weber that ended up being the big difference in this game. And you never know when those plays are going to happen. In a championship game, that's why you can't look away. It can be a run that pops off at any point in time. It can be a deep pass. It can be any sort of special teams play, a block. We've seen a few big penalties early on in the game as well.
Like for the Raiders, the defense and special teams is where that allows them, if you want to play that ball control offense, if you want to be able to get 30 carries to your running back, who, you know, like he was getting good runs, but it wasn't ripping off for 80-yard touchdowns often. If you want to keep those same carries, your defense has to allow you to do that. If Cardston scores 3 early touchdowns, they're not able to hand the ball off and get 4 yards a carry anymore. They're looking to try to change their game plan. The way that the special teams and the defense played for the Raiders allowed them to they never had to once come off their offensive game plan of, let's just keep the ball moving, let's, you know, take some time off the clock, let's control the ball. And with the Cougars, that defensive line in there, that was the battle. They had to fight the whole day. They never had a chance to get every 30 carries and it's a long day.
One last point I want to make going forward for Holy Rosary is you see the return touchdown there by Weber. Brady Falshear wasn't asked to do a ton through the air today, 5 of 11 for 59 yards along with 40, but he commanded the offense all game long. He had 2 one-yard rushing touchdowns. And for Holy Rosary, this is a rookie quarterback, a grade 10 quarterback. You wouldn't have known by watching today, and it sounds like an easy job for the quarterback to be able to just turn around, hand the ball off, turn around, hand the ball off. But how often in these games do you see those balls, something goes wrong on the mesh point, the snap's not taken right, he's not communicating well with his center, and the ball just ends up on the ground? We didn't see that today,
especially in the
cold. The Raiders offense.
Yes. Quarterback is the spot where everything has to go smooth. You need to have experience. You need to understand you're running that offense. You're an extension for the coach out onto that field. And it was seamless. Whether he was grade 10 or grade 12, you know, he performed. He had a job to do, and he was out there doing it. As now for those coaches to have a quarterback that is a grade 10 who does have the experience of starting and winning this big game, next year you're going to be able to put more on him. And the year after that, put more on him. We're going to see him in the finals. He's going to, you know, we haven't heard the last. And it's going to be, as a coach, you're excited. Like, I have a grade 10 kid who I know can win this big game, can help us perform and win this big games.
That'll do it for the Alberta Bowl. Stick with us. We still got the 4A Provincial Championship, the 5A Provincial Championship as well. 2 more games left. 3 down, 2 to go. The Holy Rosary Raiders, 26-14, provincial champions.
Across Alberta, school sport is more than just competition. It's about community, developing character, and growth. We are proud to unveil our new name, School Sport Alberta. Rooted in integrity, driven by access, and powered by opportunity, this new brand reflects our commitment to every athlete, coach, and school across the province. From championship events that inspire, to mentorship for athletic directors, to new opportunities for participation, we are building something stronger together.
School Sport Alberta is here to lead with purpose.
Connect with pride and champion the value of school sport.
Alberta's beef producers work tirelessly to raise top quality beef and bring the best in nutrition to the plate. With unmatched nutritional value, beef fuels your body with important health benefits, vitamins, and minerals. Beef is protein-packed to keep muscles strong, helps to combat infections with zinc in every bite, and its iron content helps to enhance focus. Learn how Alberta producers are raising the best beef.